Welcome to Chinese Novel Audiobook. Chapter 1. Trouble Letting, Supermarket Sale. This world is too dangerous. In the innermost corner of the Hell's House Kenji shop, there is a man wearing a black cap and covering his face tightly, and 3 scars on his face can be seen vaguely. The man's name is Wang Feng, a traverser who has traveled from modern times to the world of One Punch Man. At this moment, Wang Feng stared closely at the laptop on the dining table, and the computer video was playing a short film similar to a superhero eradicating heresy. There are weirdos, he muttered to himself in disbelief. According to the information he found, although the world was not rampant by weird people, it was often burned and destroyed in major cities. According to the data, the weirdo is abandoning human beings and being completely separated from the human world. Generally has 4 sources. 1. Human beings are mutants caused by extreme emotions, bad habits, great pressure, or genetic mutations. 2. Get world-leading technological products or artificial weirdos that are transformed. 3. Biological mutations other than human beings. 4. Special intelligent creatures different from human beings. Weird alert, weird alert. According to the latest news, there has been a dangerous incident of weird attack in M City. The Heroes Association has dispatched heroes near M City to destroy the weird. Before the weird, please pay attention to the safety of the residents of M City. Quote. The latest weird news is shown on the TV screen of KFC Central. M City. Wang Feng was surprised. The city he is now in is M City. In the world of One Punch Man, the world is relatively small. There are only 26 cities in total, named after 26 English letters. Each city is very close to each other. The traffic basically depends on trains and no airplanes are needed. Boom. Just as Wang Feng closed his laptop and prepared to check out and leave to go home to avoid danger, there was a sudden explosion from the street. When he was startled, his eyes were immediately aimed at the source of the sound, and then he was taken aback. Damn it, what is this again, weirdo? He was stunned, and a minotaur appeared at the intersection of the street, and it dived into the road to swim. Like a void escape beast of the League of Legends, only showing a locomotive-sized, ferocious bull head with 2 heads growing on the bull head. About half a meter long with terrible horns with threads, the bull's eyes the size of a copper bell or red, and the bull nose with an iron ring sprays 2 long white mists from time to time. Horrible and disgusting. Rumbling. The Minotaur's bull nose sprayed out 2 white mists, and immediately the horns lowered, and violently rammed into a bull electric appliance store on the corner of the street where the walls were painted red. Boom! There was a messy sound of destruction from the appliance store. 10 seconds later, followed by with the clanging sound, the Minotaur destroyed the electrical appliance store, and the electrical appliance store was in ruins. The Minotaur didn't stop, and rammed into the clothing store with red banners, rumbling, and the sound of endless destruction and explosion echoed in the street. Must run fast. All the customers in Kenji had the same thought. After a short observation, they keenly noticed that the Minotaur would destroy the red objects blocking it for the first time, while the non-red objects usually get away with it. But what makes them bitter is that the world-renowned fast food restaurant Kenji has always had a red color as its main color. In other words, their Kenji shop will become one of the targets of destruction by the Minotaur. Wang Feng tightened, and subconsciously ran out of the Kenji shop with the crowd. Rumbling. At the moment they ran away, the Minotaur demolished the Kenji shop as if guessing. The level of the bull-like monster is estimated to have reached the level of a tiger. Without a stronger hero, it would be impossible to resolve the incident quickly. The Heroes Association divides the eccentrics into the following 5 levels based on the degree of damage of the eccentrics, the difficulty of elimination and other factors. Wolf grade. There are risk factors. Tiger. A crisis that causes a lot of damage. Ghost level. A crisis that leads to the suspension or destruction of the function of a town. Dragon level. May cause several town functions. God. A crisis that may lead to the destruction of mankind. Hoo. Wang Feng ran away, gasping for breath after a while. His body was too weak, and there were bursts of explosions behind him. Without any hesitation, he ran fast while searching for the best escape route. Boom boom. An urgent halt. Wang Feng's expression was a little bitter, and the Minotaur's speed was really faster. It took only 10 seconds to destroy a house. After destroying several houses in a row, he happened to appear in front of him. He He is so dead between the Minotaur and a red brick house. 2. 2. 2. He looked nervously at the Minotaur who, swim, over, the street was dusty, and his brain was running frantically, hoping to find the slightest possibility of escape. His heart had already begun to overwork because of fear, and there was a sudden voice coming out of his chest, reverberating in the air, almost joined together. Niatu seemed to be attracted by the strange sudden sound, Tongling's big eyes fixed on Wang Feng as if he was observing something. At this moment, 3 humans wearing weird-shaped clothes sprang out from the chaotic crowd. One was headed against a cannon, the second was holding a magnified version of dog bones, and the third was wearing iron armor. Minotaur, you who have done a lot of evil have come to an end today. I will send you to the west with my water iron cannon. My big bone rod will go out in person, you can catch it with your hands. Haha, let my hero, armored man take care of you personally. 3 strange guys shouted slogans one after another. Wow, it's a hero. Don't be afraid now, the weirdo will be wiped out by the hero. The chaotic crowd who was escaping saw the appearance of the 3 heroes of the water iron cannon and immediately shouted in surprise. The Minotaur shook his head irritably. Go! The 3 heroes shouted. The water iron cannon pulled the cannon lead. Yu reading www.yuakanshu.com banged and fired a cannonball on the Minotaur. Unexpectedly, the Minotaur was only shaken back by a few minutes, and there were no other injuries. The bone rod and the armored man went forward bravely, each holding a weapon and knocking on the Minotaur. Moo! The Minotaur roared angrily. Boom! When it moved, it jumped up from the ground, revealing a body as big as a building, and countless gravel fell from it, making a clattering sound. Boom! As soon as the Minotaur fell to the ground, his sturdy limbs kicked and the horns drooped, and he violently bumped into the position of the 3 people of the water iron cannon. What? The 3 heroes who were still invincible 3 seconds ago were instantly topped, or fell into the crowd, or hung on the tall buildings, or hung on the horns, and were thrown to the street. Damn, I'm going to be pitted to death by you. You guys go. After the 3 heroes were solved by the Minotaur, Wang Feng immediately became the first target. The violent Minotaur's eyes locked on him, making his legs nervous and unable to move, but his voice was still like a steel machine, calm and indifferent. He has developed a super instinct in the endless attacks of weirdos, that is, he can be happy and angry no matter what dangerous situation he faces. The hero is also defeated, run away. Mom, help. The stunned crowd was awakened by Wang Fengbing's cold and indifferent voice, and immediately ran away crying and crying. Thank you, let me give it to the supermarket. I'm going to miss it. At this moment, a clear stream appeared in the noisy crowd's crying voices. No, or mudslides are more appropriate. In such a critical situation, there are people who are paying attention to supermarket sales activities. What a strange thing. The corner of Wang Feng's mouth is so distracting and exhausting. Chapter 2. Invisible Force, the Most Deadly. Are you going to die? Wang Feng stared at the Minotaur in front of him, his whole body stiff, his heart roared like a car engine. He had no time to care about the stupid lack of supermarket sales at such a critical juncture. The Minotaur's anger reached its extreme, and he no longer paid attention to the strange chucking sound. The horns lowered and pushed them up suddenly, and the long, sharp, narrow-threaded horns with blue light came to the eyes in an instant. It's over. Wang Feng's heart flashed with despair, and he was strongly unwilling to make him widen his eyes. He took a nostalgic look at the last world scenery. Only a few days after he came into this world, he never expected to rebuild again. I don't know if there is a chance to cross again this time. It is ridiculous to say that he was originally a good young man in the 21st century on the earth, and he was also unlucky. When he was out shopping at night, he passed KFC, and it was 12 o'clock. He suddenly remembered his new mobile game. You can receive physical strength at 0. Where is KFC? Everyone actually understands public toilets and free Wi-Fi. So he took out his mobile phone on a whim, prepared to surf the internet outside the store, and boarded his newly downloaded mobile game to get some physical strength. Unexpectedly, a bad wind blew by, and the huge KFC billboard suddenly smashed. Come down and hit him right. He estimated that he was dead, because after he woke up, he found himself in a strange world, possessed in a strange body. If I can cross again, I hope I can go to a safe world. Naruto. One Piece. Dragon Ball. Hey, is it so dangerous for Mao's time and space world? The Earth is still safer. He has good expectations in his heart. A figure suddenly flashed past his eyes, followed by a thumping sound, and finally only saw a gleaming skull and the leaflet flying in the air. His eyes were sharp and he saw the content on the leaflet: a limited time sale event at Zintiandi supermarket in M City, which is out of date. Boom. The Minotaur who appeared in front of him again had lost his breath of life, his proud horns had been shattered, and a huge fist print was printed on the forehead of a bull's head the size of a locomotive. Can it be killed with just one blow? Why is there still a familiar feeling? I seem to know this person. Well, is it Saitama? Wang Feng's eyes widened suddenly. In the world of One Punch Man, Saitama is undoubtedly the absolute protagonist. His strength is unpredictable, and he claims that no matter how strong the freak is, all of them can be beaten with one punch, corresponding to the title of One Punch Man. In Saitama's boxing style, there are ordinary boxing series and serious boxing series, as well as the strong secret skill and special boxing. That punch just now is supposed to be a legend. Secret skill special punch. Wang Feng stared at the direction Saitama was leaving, and the corner of his mouth twitched slightly. He must have guessed right. It was him, it must be him, who will become famous in the world and make countless weird people tremble in the future. The bald man in the cloak, Saitama. Ha ha. He chuckled, and a strong wind came suddenly, blowing the hat he used to cover his face, revealing his firm and unhurried face. Ah. It's an S-level strong king. Everyone don't have to run, Mr. King has already taken care of the weirdo. Can King give me an autograph? Just sign it on your chest. Deserves to be the strongest. Similarly, with cheers and praises again, others inexplicably put the credit on him again. That's right, the guy he passed through the possessed body will be known as the strongest man on the surface in the future, the 7th S-rank hero, King. It's just that, currently King has not yet risen to the 7th place of the S-rank hero, and is still hovering at the bottom of the S-rank hero. The reason that King ranks so low among S-rank heroes is that the hero ranks are ranked according to the comprehensive survey of combat effectiveness and contribution. King eliminates weirdos entirely by passiveness, it summons bald heads, Saitama, when in danger, with poor initiative and enthusiasm and low contribution, so ranked last. Was able to rise to 7th place later because of the increased frequency of the appearance of strangers. His passive, summoning bald heads to kill monsters became more and more frequent, and he gradually increased the ranking. However, he also inherited the memory of King, and he who had read the Shaoban, One Punch Man, comics in his previous life is very clear about the real situation of King. The name, King, was obtained in the incidents of weird attacks, and he obviously did not solve it by himself. But because every time he happened to be near the death monster, others who completely misunderstood the situation regarded him as a powerful hero who could defeat the monster in one blow, and began to pay tribute spontaneously. King was recognized by the public as the strongest on the surface. Man. It's really King. Gosh, I actually ran into King here. It turns out that King is here. Oh, our embarrassment must have been seen by King just now. It's a shame. The 3 C-class heroes of Shui Taipao supported each other, staring at Wang Feng who was surrounded by the crowd. Their faces were full of excitement and admiration, as if they were looking at their own idols. Are you heroes? Wang Feng squeezed out of the crowd, he was relieved, his eyes rolled, and he fell on the 3 strangely dressed heroes. The C-rank hero Water Iron Cannon says hello to you. The C-class hero Big Bone Stick is serving the people. The C-rank hero Ironclad will charge the weird valiantly. The 3 wonderful heroes actually pose and introduce their hero levels in a serious manner. The Heroes Association has divided the heroes according to their strength and contribution. They are S-class, A-class, B-class, and C-class. In other words, the 3 heroes currently rank bottom in the hero world. The Heroes Association aims to eliminate weird people. It was founded by the tycoon Albany more than 2 years ago, and then operated by the public to raise funds. Heroes affiliated to the association will receive corresponding monthly rewards based on their work results. Oh, leave this weird to you, I have something to leave. Wang Feng put on the cap again to hide his appearance, and prepared to leave. What? King is going to give us the feat of eliminating weirdos. Eliminating weirdos can increase hero activity points, improve rankings, and increase monthly rewards. King gave up. Will King care about the hero activity points? King is already an S-rank hero. Killing a tiger-level monster can't improve his ranking at all. To improve the hero's ranking, at least he must kill the ghost-level monster or higher. 3C rank heroes are talking babbledly. According to the rules of the Heroes Association, heroes will get certain hero activity points after verifying the elimination of monsters. The heroes ranking list of the Heroes Association is updated in real time and will be obtained according to the heroes in real time. Hero activity points change the rank of heroes. The Heroes Association will pay corresponding rewards according to the ranking of the heroes every month. I really don't seem to be short of money. Wang Feng chuckled softly, because he was standing at the top of the hero world, known as the strongest man on the surface of the S-rank Hero King. Like an emperor, the association will give him nearly 100,000 monthly rewards, enough to make him comfortable live comfortably. From the moment he became a hero inexplicably, he never bothered about money again. There are weird cards nearby that can be converted, please go and convert. There are weird cards nearby that can be converted, UU reading www.uakanshu.com, please go to convert. There are weird cards nearby that can be converted, please go and convert. ... At this time, there was a mechanical beep from his head. Card switching. Wang Feng was startled slightly. When he first saw One Punch Man, he was excited about the **** battles in it, and his tears soared for the stories of heroes such as undocumented knights. However, aside from this, the world of One Punch Man was actually it is an extremely dangerous world, destroying the city at every turn, leaving you no time to run. Sometimes he just thinks, maybe just, coincidentally, and, knowing, Saitama, staying beside Saitama to keep it safe. But, fortunately, he brought something different when he came into this world. Perhaps it was because he was playing a mobile game on the internet when he was crossing. Wang Feng found that the mobile game he played was engraved in his soul and traveled to this world together. That mobile game is a messy mobile game that he downloaded at will. It is a card game. After the player creates a character, the main task is to collect monster cards. After collecting the monster cards, the player can summon the monster cards to possess them. Obtaining the strength and abilities of the monster and then making yourself stronger. If the monster can spray flames, after the player summons possession, his character can also spray flames with undiminished power. At the beginning, he thought this game was innovative, so he tried to download it to play, but he didn't expect it to become a golden finger for him now. He walked to the dead Minotaur, put his palm on the Minotaur, and said silently, "Change cards." Ding! The card conversion is successful. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the 2-star monster card Minotaur. Wang Feng didn't check the card immediately, but waved his hand and quickly left in the admiring eyes of everyone. Chapter 3. Is there such an operation? M City, King's 2-story small foreign-style building. Wang Feng played Street King of Fighters 3 inches idly. He inherited King's excellent ability playing games. King is a great game player. He has won the championship in several game competitions. After Wang Feng inherited this ability, he played games such as Street King of Fighters 3 inches again and again. Hero, what strong person the man and machine choose, anyway, the winner is always only him. So boring. After he won a few more times, he sighed in disappointment, threw the handle at random, and lay directly on the floor. King had no friends before, and he has no friends now, so he can only kill time by playing games and watching comics. In my previous life, I thought it was the best thing to spend money, sit and eat and wait to die. I didn't expect that my wish in this life would come true, but life would become extremely boring, without any passion. Why would I want to die? He stared at the ceiling blankly, his face looked helpless, and sure enough, what you can't get is the best. Right, didn't you receive a 2-star card today? Don't know what is the use of the collected cards. Is it like being able to possess a body in the game so that he fully possesses the abilities and power of a card character? If that's the case, he will send it out. From now on, he will mix with the bald head Saitama. There are a lot of dragon level and ghost level weirdos. Sometimes he can collect a god level. It's blissful. I think I can become Poros. Universal Boss is such a powerful character, he is a little excited inexplicably. Hey, system, can you tell me about the card function? He asked hopefully. The system that he traverses comes with its own intelligence. He once introduced him to the rules of the game, but unfortunately, he forgot. The cards collected by the host can be used for possession. After the possession, the host has the ability of the card. Warm reminder. All cards are disposable items and will disappear after use. The sound of the system machinery briefly introduced the role of the card. Disposable items. Wang Feng frowned, and wondered, how can the card be a one-time, item? Ding dong, warm reminder, correct sentence is a one-time, supplies, please don't use dirty thoughts to guess the pure and white system. Okay, disposable items. Wang Feng shrugged his shoulders, in other words, each card has only one chance to use it. After it is consumed, will it no longer appear? It says so in the rules. Is there no way to permanently retain the card character's ability? Wang Feng looked regretful. If the card is a one-time, sex product, it will consume too much. After all, Kijiro one night, if the battle lasts, it is normal to consume 7 or 8 cards in a battle, and it is likely to cause him to reluctant to use it. The embarrassing situation of dragon level and god level cards. After the host uses the card, there is a certain chance to understand the card character's skills and become the host's true ability. Warm reminder. After the card character's skills become the host's skills, the skill level is cleared. The system explains the game setting seriously. Wang Feng's eyes lit up and he asked enthusiastically, System, how likely is it to understand the skills of the card characters? The system coldly said, there are 5 levels of system cards, namely, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, and 5 star. Among them, the probability of comprehending the skill of a card character is 10%. Probability. 2-star cards have a 20% probability, 3-star cards have a 30% probability, a 4-star card has a 40% probability, and a 5-star card has a 50% probability. Note, the probability of success is not affected by the host's own lucky value. Such a low probability. Wang Feng was taken aback. Then the 2-star Minotaur card that I collected today has only a 20% probability of being able to comprehend the ability to succeed. He scratched his head in distress. Hey, what is the lucky value? How do you know what your lucky value is? It is indeed a game system, and even lucky value can be obtained. The host can check his own attributes on the character interface by himself. The system replied coldly. The tone is really smelly. Wang Feng whispered. Open my character interface. Shua appeared in front of his eyes a virtual interface. Name. Wang Feng. English name. King. Level. Level 1. Experience value. 0/100. Physical strength. 3. Power. 2. Speed. 3. Defense. 1. Lucky value. Hidden attributes. Cannot be viewed, cannot be changed. Attribute point. 0. Skill. None. Skill points. 0. Card. 2-star card Minotaur. Warm reminder. Every attribute of a normal person is 5. Full value is 100. The character's full level is 50. Wang Feng stared at his attributes blankly. He was so weak that he was indeed an otaku who had no power to bind a chicken. Hey, wait a minute, my lucky value, can't check it. System, are you kidding me? He dissatisfied. The system, it's too much, show my lucky value quickly, or can you tell me what my lucky value is? The system said coldly, sorry, the rules are set, no comment. Quote. Miser. King is a man who claims to have full lucky points. Could it be that his lucky points are already full, so he can't change it? Wang Feng curled his lips. System, is there a way to quickly improve my attributes? This weak chicken-like attribute is really dazzling, let me be a normal person anyway. The host will get corresponding experience points for upgrading when using cards. After the host character is upgraded, there are certain attribute points and skill points. You can add attribute points to the attributes of the land you want to upgrade. Note, how much experience points you get depends on the card star level and card character influence. Experience points. Attribute points. Skill points. What? Wang Feng lifted his spirits. System, talk about it carefully. The biggest innovation of this game that distinguishes this game from other games is that the upgrade system does not adopt traditional killing upgrades. It has innovatively introduced card consumption upgrades. After the host collects the cards, they will get a certain amount of experience after using the cards to improve the role. Level. Each time you level up, you can get certain attribute points and skill points, which can be used to improve the host's attributes and skill level. Warm reminder, the host can also improve the attributes through exercise and practice on weekdays. The system explained it. Wang Feng nodded clearly. To put it simply, there are two ways to improve your ability. One is to collect card upgrades to get attribute points, and the other is to practice and exercise yourself to improve your attributes. At the same time, after comprehending the skills, the skill level is cleared. The power is greatly reduced. If you need to upgrade, you need to use skill points. His eyes are shining, and it is not a dream to become a Superman. System, I ask you, are there any restrictions on card character possession? The only restriction, you must own the card. Nonsense. Wang Feng rolled his eyes and became interested again. Then let me possess my body once for free as a demonstration. Sorry, this system does not provide demonstration opportunities. If the host wants to possess, please consume cards. Iron system, unmarked. Wang Feng complained in his heart, and he lazily said, didn't I collect a 2-star Minotaur card today? I use that card to possess my body now. Ding, the card character is possessed. The interface in front of him quickly jumped out of a page, consisting of a grid, which is a card storage cell that comes with the system. On the cell, there is only a single card, the 2-star Minotaur card. Minotaur card. Background. It was originally a bull in a bullring. After being teased by a bullfighter, he turned into a weird man. He hates and destroys all the red objects in front of him. Skills. 1. Passive. Trample, continuous damage to surrounding buildings. 2. Active skill. Brutal collision. Use the top of the head as a weapon to impact the enemy. Comprehensive evaluation. 2 stars. Similar to the ability displayed by the Minotaur, weight, trampling will cause continuous damage to the surrounding buildings. And, is it a passive skill? Wang Feng stayed blankly, his heart secretly said something was wrong. The card character is successfully possessed. Ding, consume a 2-star card and gain 1248 experience points. Ding, congratulations to the host, upgrade to level 3, get 10 attribute points, 2 skill points. Ding, the host has failed to comprehend the card character skills. Several consecutive system mechanical prompts sounded. Wang Fengxia felt that his whole body was injected with a certain mysterious power. He was extremely comfortable, and he had the urge to thump his chest and roar to the sky. Click. Click. However, Yu reading www.yuakanshu.com has not yet waited for him to vent his passion for gaining power. The floor under his feet cracked suddenly, and those cracks spread quickly. After a while, the floor of his house was covered with cracks, like a spider web. Grass. He stared blankly at the continuous cracks, his face went dark, knowing that it was the Minotaur possessing his passive skill trampling was exerting its power, which caused his home to be continuously destroyed. Numbness, how come no one told me that this kind of operation would happen if the card character possessed? Boom. There was a sound of collapse. What? Wang Feng's foot was empty, and the floor of his house completely cracked. In an instant, he lost weight and fell directly from the second floor to the first floor. However, there was no pain on his body, because the defense of the Minotaur was also added to him. The Minotaur can hardly resist a round of the water iron cannon without being damaged. Wang Feng's fall of this degree is not worth mentioning. Well, if this goes on, my home must all collapse. He got up and cursed, the system, can you withdraw the card or revoke the card possession? Once a card character is possessed, unless the card energy is exhausted, it can't be stopped. The system sounded coldly like gloating. When will the energy of that card run out? In theory, the energy of a 1-star card can last for 1 hour, and a 2-star card can last for 2 hours. However, if the host actively uses the card character skills, it will speed up the card energy consumption. In order not to harm his home, Wang Feng decisively ran to the street in front of the door. In the middle of the night, there were no pedestrians in the street. He gritted his teeth and slammed his head against the ground. Savage bump. Chapter 4. This is a big joke. Rumbling. Wang Feng directly knocked out a hole in the street ground, and then he tilted his head to the other side, slammed and banged. The silent street suddenly made bursts of explosions, and the surrounding neighbors were all awakened. They opened the windows one by one, and saw that the day-to-day streets were now devastated. In the dusty sky, a human-shaped shadow kept hitting the street. Knock out holes one by one. It's a weirdo, please notify the Heroes Association and let them dispatch heroes to destroy. God, don't weird people stare at my house. The street residents were shocked, shivering and hiding in their homes, praying for God's blessings, or calling the Heroes Association and so on. City Heroes Association Headquarters. Jingle bell. The Heroes Association customer service hotline kept ringing. Hey, hello, this is the headquarters of the Heroes Association. Ah. You said that weird people appeared in the east city of M City. Well, we have understood the situation and will immediately send people to verify and notify the recent heroes to destroy the weird people. Please rest assured, with the goal of protecting the safety of the people, the Heroes Association will eliminate the weird people as soon as possible. The customer service lady of the Heroes Association is wearing a black tight-fitting suit skirt with a white shirt inside. What's interesting is that the black suit jacket of the association girls is uniformly open, and the white shirt is supported by the chest, so she is the first to see the Heroes Association girls. The eyes are usually attracted by the white rising above their chests. Of course, except for girls with flat breasts. Deputy Minister Jace, according to a report from the citizens, weird people appeared on Dongcheng Street in M City. After the customer service lady hung up the phone, she immediately reported to Jace, the deputy director of the association's operations department. The Heroes Association has many departments, such as the Operation Department, Finance Department, Operation Department, etc. The Operation Department is responsible for fighting against strangers, and the subordinate Hero Management Group and Intelligence Group, among which the director of the Operation Department is Zeki. East City. Jace's face full of stubbles in the national character tightened. Immediately call a nearby camera to verify the situation, and evaluate the level of the weird according to the degree of the weird disaster, and check whether there are heroes active near the place where the weird appears. Yes. Maria, who is in charge of the information management and monitoring of the weirdo, nodded, and immediately directed the computer operations staff to get busy immediately. The sound of crackling and keyboarding continued to sound. The live video was sent over. In the video, the street was dusty, and it was unclear. I saw a looming figure busy in the dust. The weirdo is there. The staff quickly assessed the situation on the spot as seen by the camera, and concluded after a long time that the level of the weirdo was Tiger. Weird alarm is issued immediately. Jess commanded. Clear. Maria immediately joined the M City alarm notifier. In all major cities, the Heroes Association installed an alarm notifier similar to a TV tower. The sound of the alarm notifier can be heard throughout the city to inform the strangers in place and remind everyone to be safe. Measure. Attention residents of City M. Please note for residents of City M, the Heroes Association urgently notified that tiger-level monsters have appeared in Dongcheng Street. The Heroes Association is currently dispatching heroes to destroy the monsters. Before the monsters are eliminated, please stay away from the streets of Dongcheng. After Maria and the M City alarm notifier, the residents were dispersed through the alarm notifier. Heroes nearby, no one within a kilometer, expanded to within 1 kilometer. On the other side, the staff is searching for heroes who are active near the east side of M City. Standing behind Jess, Collison, who is in charge of hero management, stared at the Dongcheng area of M City on Jess's computer screen, and said quietly, "By the way, M City Dongcheng is King's residence, right?" What? You said that King, who is known as the strongest man on the surface, lives in the east city of M City. Jace was startled. Collison nodded. Look at the address reported by the residents. It is indeed near King's residence. Jace promptly commanded. Call King immediately and ask King to take action to eliminate the weirdo. Yes. Maria's slender fingers tapped a few times on the computer, and the screen of Jace's computer immediately showed that he was calling King. In the world of One Punch Man, the technology is very advanced, and even smart robots have appeared. However, the advanced technology is not popularized. It is only used in a few higher institutions and companies. The popularization of technology in the private sector is the same as that of the Earth. Computers, cars, etc. are all complete. The only regret is that there are no online game developers in this world. The role of the computer is to check information or chat on the internet. As a result, King can only play home game consoles at home and play games such as Street King of Fighters, with the handle online games. Sometimes I think about it, maybe the development of an online game similar to League of Legends, in the world of One Punch Man will be a big hit. If Saitama plays League of Legends, he will definitely fall in love with the role of the blind monk. Attention residents of M City, please pay attention to residents of M City. The Heroes Association has notified all residents that tiger-level monsters have appeared in Dongcheng Street. Currently, the Heroes Association is dispatching heroes to destroy the monsters. Before the monsters are eliminated, please stay away from the streets of Dongcheng. What? Wang Feng raised his head and turned his ears. A weird person has appeared again in M City. Where is it? He was taken aback for a moment, and shook his head. Just leave it alone, it didn't affect me anyway. He shook his head, slammed again, and continued to hit the street. Under the influence of the brutal collision and trampling, the kilometer street in front of his house had appeared as many holes. Under the influence of the trampling and the brutal collision, he transformed into a bulldozer, rumbling all the way to clean the streets. Jingle bell. Just as he was very busy, the phone bell inside his clothes rang suddenly. He took a breath, took out the phone and pressed the hands free. Hey, who? His head hit the street again. Rumbling. Is it King, please? Jace asked cautiously. Yes, it's me, if you have something to say, I'm busy. Wang Feng slammed his head on the ground and replied casually. Boom. Inside the Heroes Association headquarters, Jess, Collison, Maria and others were in a daze, and the computer audio continued to emit various bursts. Maria hesitated. King seems to be fighting with people. It's possible. Jace's eyes lit up. The weird man appeared near King's house. Maybe King had already taken action after he discovered it, and he is now destroying the weird man. What are you muttering about? Speak louder, my side is very noisy, I can't hear you. Wang Feng's voice yelled from the screen. Jace shouted into the microphone. King, a tiger-level weird appeared near your house. The association hopes that you can take action to eliminate the weird. A weird man appeared near me. Wang Feng was startled. It turned out that the weird man in the alarm had appeared near his home. Jace and they looked at each other. Isn't King fighting the weird people they identified? What kind of weirdo? He was nervous, estimating the remaining energy of the card. There is not much left, it was dark in the middle of winter, and bad luck. For the time being, it is impossible to be sure that the weird man is continuing to destroy the streets of Dongcheng, causing smoke and dust. The weird man is very cunning, hiding in it, making it impossible to distinguish his face. East City. Destroy the street. Wang Feng was startled. Why did he sound like he was talking about himself? When he looked up, the smoke and dust covered the sky and the moon. He also couldn't see the surrounding situation. I wiped it, just like the freak scene described by Jace. Did the weirdo break holes in the street? He asked tentatively. Yes, the entire street was almost destroyed, and the disaster level has reached tiger level. Wang Feng was silent for a moment, and said quietly, you can withdraw from the surveillance, the weirdo will not destroy the street. He felt that the power in his body was being lost, and he no longer needed to actively use skills to consume energy. Could it be King? You have eliminated the weirdo. Jace was surprised. Wang Feng touched the tip of his nose, and was not ashamed to tell Jace that the so-called weird man was him. Thank you Mr. King for working for the safety of the people. The heroes in our association should learn from Mr. King's spirit and put people's safety and the elimination of disasters first in their hearts. If you don't speak, it's acquiescence, Jace thinks so. Wang Feng. Jace made his old face redden with praise. Thank you again for your dedication and good night. Jace saw that Wang Feng kept silent, thinking that Wang Feng was bored, so he hung up the call very sensibly. Heroes Association Headquarters. Jace smiled and said, the weirdo has been wiped out. Maria, please check. Report to the deputy minister that the strange man has disappeared, but the body of the strange man cannot be found. How could this happen? Jace frowned, his face full of confusion. Well, it's normal to find a dead body. You forgot what King's trick is. Collison smiled. Maria and Jace's eyes lit up, and they said in unison, Purgatory Warrior's Hot Wave Cannon. Yes, it is rumored that if this trick comes out, everything that stands in front of it will be wiped out. It is estimated that the weird person has drifted away with the wind. Collison pushed his glasses, the middle pointed blonde was attractive. Okay, it's King. Jace laughed. Quickly, issue a notice to inform the residents of M City that the weird people have been wiped out. I will do it immediately. Maria tucked her short dark green hair, and smiled on her pretty face. Well, since the weirdos have been eliminated, then I went back to sleep. Recently, the signs of weird activities have become more and more frequent, and I am exhausted. Collison stretched, turned and left the war room. Maria reconnected to the M-City alarm notification device and notified the citizens with a sweet voice. M-City residents please pay attention. M-City residents please pay attention. The tiger-level monsters that appeared in the East City of M-City have been wiped out by the S-level Hero King, and the East City is safe. Please rest assured. Wang Feng was thinking about how to make up for the fault of destroying the street at home. He suddenly heard the alarm notification and was shocked. This joke. It's so big. He became a weird and a hero again, playing two roles, and the most important thing is to win both fame and fortune. It's like a joke. Chapter 5. This misunderstanding is so big. Oh yeah, the weirdo was wiped out by King. That's great. Long live King. Oh, King appeared on our street just now. I didn't even have time to take a look. I hate it. Wang Feng lay on his sofa, listening to the faint cheers around his ears, staring blankly at the second floor where a hole was broken, and sighed for a long time. For your worship, old man, shame. He sat up, took out his cell phone and called the contact number of the Heroes Association headquarters. Beep. Hello, this is the headquarters of the Heroes Association. Can I help you? Wang Feng said. I am King. Ah. What did you say? The customer service lady was obviously taken aback by this name. Who do you say you are? Wang Feng said helplessly. I am King, please let your person in charge answer. Huh. Oh, please wait a moment, I will notify my boss immediately. The customer service lady stammered excitedly. City Heroes Association headquarters. The customer service lady excitedly reported to Maria. Miss Maria, the S-Class Hero King called and asked to talk to Mr. Sick. Ziki, the head of the Disaster Prevention and Control Committee of the Heroes Association, the head of the 1st Combat Department, and one of the senior officials of the proper association, has great powers and is responsible for eliminating and preventing various disasters, weird disasters, natural disasters, etc. Can you be sure that the other party is Mr. King? Maria's face was shocked. The Heroes Association has a total of more than a dozen S-rank heroes scattered in various cities. The purpose is to ensure that there are characters as strong as nuclear weapons in a certain area to deter strangers. King lives in M City, and its deterrence radiates to the surrounding cities. Report, Ms. Maria, after verification, the access phone is indeed near King's home, and the phone number is indeed King's number. We will call in front of us soon, and it is judged that the target is most likely King himself. Just as Maria's words were asked, the staff on the other side had performed satellite positioning of King's phone and found that it was indeed near King's home. Well, I understand, I will notify Mr. CIC immediately. Maria nodded and immediately commanded. Yes. A staff member left the war room to notify CIC who was sleeping. After a while, CIC came in a hurry and said, take King's call. He took his seat. Hey, this is Ziki, is it Mr. King? Yes, it's me. Mr. King, I don't know if it's so late. Do you have any important things? Sichi was puzzled, but also a little nervous. The S-level heroes have the ability to reach the sky. Generally, there is nothing to trouble the Heroes Association. You can call the Heroes Association for help. Things are usually big troubles. Oh, that's it. The street in front of my house is seriously damaged. I hope to pay to repair the street. After all, Wang Feng was a little embarrassed about his destruction of the street and decided to pay to repair the street. The street is damaged. Repair. This is it. Siki was startled. Does this trivial matter need to call the headquarters? Maria was also taken aback for a moment. A few hours have passed since the incident of a tiger-level weird in M City. Of course, she knows the street conditions, Wang Feng said. Minister Ziki, I want to report something to you. She reported to Ziki in detail about the tiger-level weird in M City a few hours ago, and finally said, Mr. King eliminated the weird, probably because she thought the street was in her heart. The damage is caused by fighting with weirdos, and I feel guilty, so I have the idea of spending money to rebuild the streets. Oh, I got it. Ziki realized and moved. Mr. King, you are really a great hero, but your duty is to eliminate weird people. Street restoration is the work of our association and the government. Our association and government will repair the streets and strive for the short term. Restore the original appearance in time. What is this guy talking about? Wang Feng was stunned. He just donated money to buy peace of mind under his guilt. What are you talking about? A lot of inexplicable things. I know, Mr. King feels extremely guilty for destroying the street after the battle, but in the process of fighting with weirdos, it will inevitably cause damage to the surrounding buildings. No one can avoid it. You don't need to blame yourself, and the people will never blame the protection. You who are safe for them. Ziki deserves to be the leader. After opening the chat box, he was out of control. Stop. Wang Feng was full of black lines, and said in a bad mood, you can tell me directly which account should be entered if you donate money. Ziki solemnly said, Mr. King, our Hero Association must not accept your donations. The hero's duty is to eliminate disasters, and our association's duty is to do a good job in the aftermath. Now, you have done your job well, except the repairs to the streets are the work of our association, not Mr. King's responsibility. Wang Feng made Ziki amused. Mr. Ziki, let me tell you the truth. The street was not destroyed by any weird person at all, but the result of my own damage. Is that so? Sichi was silent for a few seconds and enlightened. Mr. King, since the establishment of the Heroes Association, I have been engaged in and commanding the post of chairperson of the Disaster Prevention Committee. It is clear that your heroes will take action when facing weird people. The power of will inevitably damage the surrounding buildings and the environment. However, for world peace and for the safety of residents' lives, these damages are very worthwhile. No one will blame you, and you don't need to blame yourself. Quote. Wang Feng is speechless, he just wants to donate money, why is it so difficult? Besides, don't you seniors take more money? What the asterisk is this refusal? Are you a fake senior? He powerlessly said, I confess that the destruction of the street was not caused by me and the weirdo. There is no such thing as a tiger-level weirdo. From start to finish, I am the only one. I smashed the street with my own hands. Do you understand? Well, I already understand Mr. King's painstaking efforts. Ziki said seriously. You are really a respectable hero. In order to donate money to build roads, you abruptly lied and took the responsibility for street damage on yourself. Spirit. Beep. Wang Feng couldn't listen anymore, so he hung up the phone directly. Paralyzed, it would be too troublesome to donate money. Heroes Association Headquarters. Ziki glanced at the hung-up phone in a daze, and said with emotion, Mr. King is really an amazing hero. Other heroes have caused damage to surrounding buildings in the battle to eliminate weird people. He always takes it for granted, so every time any action will be unscrupulous and cause great losses. Let our association wipe our butts afterwards, and let many people complain about us. But Mr. King only destroyed a corner of the street, and he felt guilty and decided to donate money to build roads. Mr. King, really, this is the hero example of our Heroes Association, which makes you admire it. Yes, Mr. King is really amazing. Maria nodded in agreement, and Xing's eyes showed a gleam of worship. It's just that, if Wang Feng knows what Ziki and the others think, he will yell silently, this misunderstanding, it's too big. Chapter 6. Big trouble this time. Let's inquire about the government department responsible for street restoration tomorrow. Wang Feng put the phone away and opened his attribute panel. Name. Wang Feng. English name. King. Level. Level 3. Experience value. 648 1/1000. Physical strength. 3. Power. 2. Speed. 3. Defense. 1. Lucky value. Hidden attributes, cannot be viewed, cannot be changed. Attribute points. 10. Skill. None. Skill points. 2. Card. None. Warm reminder. Every attribute of a normal person is 5. Full value is 100. It only consumes a 2-star card to rise to level 3. It seems that the early stage leveling of any game is very simple. Well, I already have 10 attribute points. Which attribute should I choose? Wang Feng touched his chin, thinking about which attribute increase can maximize the benefits. For his own safety, he did not hesitate to add all 10 attribute points to the speed. Ooh. To escape this profound skill requires more speed. Quick. Hey, why did my physical strength, and defense add a little bit of attribute points inexplicably? He added all 10 attribute points to the speed item, but suddenly found that the 3 attributes of physical strength, and defense had increased a little at the same time for no reason. Now, his attribute board is as follows. Name, Wang Feng. English name, King. Level 3. Experience value, 648 1/1000. Physical strength, 4. Power, 3. Speed, 13. Defense, 2. Lucky value. Hidden attributes, cannot be viewed, cannot be changed. Attribute point, 0. Skill, none. Skill points, 2. Card, none. He stared carefully, affirming that his strength, stamina, and defense each magically added a little attribute automatically. System, should I explain one or two things? I didn't add attribute points to it, and I didn't exercise. Why did my own attributes suddenly increase? Is there a third way to improve attributes? Ding! When designing this game, certain scientific elements have been added. Your speed will be greatly accelerated, which is bound to increase your physical fitness. Then it will trigger a chain reaction, your physical fitness will improve, and your physical strength, and defense will also be improved. The system explains the game settings coldly. It seems to make sense. Wang Feng thought about it carefully. The systematic explanation makes sense. People's speed, physical strength and defense are related. After a large increase in one aspect, it will inevitably lead to an increase in other aspects. I don't know how fast I am now. According to the system setting, the number of points for each attribute of a normal person is about 5, and his speed point suddenly rises to 13, which means that he has surpassed the normal person in terms of speed. He jumped up from the sofa and jumped on the floor twice, feeling that his leg strength has increased a lot, and he immediately wanted to try his full running speed. I don't know if there is the speed of Earth Bolt. He got dressed, put on a black cap that concealed his appearance, went out, stepped on the gravel through the broken street, and came to another street. At this time, there was a glimmer of light in the sky, and dawn was approaching. Take a morning jog. Wang Feng did a warm-up exercise, and immediately pointed in one direction and ran with all his strength. The whole person shot out like an arrow. The strong wind blew around his ears, and the buildings on both sides quickly moved backwards. It's so cool, if I return to the earth, I will definitely be the king of speed. He roared, and ran harder under his feet to experience the feeling of flying. Click. Just as he was running with all his strength, the door of a fast food restaurant in front of Kenji opened suddenly, and a young man who looked like a clown actor staggered out of it. The young man wears a round Coke paper cup shell that is common in KFC fast food restaurants on Earth on weekdays. The Coke paper cup coat is blue all over, and the word, funnel, meaning funeral is written on it. The young man's face seems to be inlaid in the Coke. On the paper cup, limbs stick out from the paper cup, and a long blue curved straw is inserted into the Coke paper cup. He was holding 2 glasses of Coke in his hand and tasted it with relish. His face was flushed, and he walked and staggered, as if drunk. Huh. Get out of the way. When Wang Feng saw the young man, he slammed the brakes to stop, but the huge inertia made him continue to rush forward and directly hit the young man, and the two fell to the ground together. Ouch. Wang Feng was not injured because there was a young man at the bottom, but the impact just made him a little bit painful. He stood up and rubbed the impact site. Seeing that the young man was still lying on the ground, he suddenly stepped forward to help the young man. Brother, are you okay? However, as soon as he stretched out his hand, he froze immediately. He was surprised to find that the young man lying on the ground seemed to be not a clown actor wearing a Coke cup costume. There was no gap between the young man's exposed limbs and the Coke cup, and they were seamlessly connected. And more importantly, the blood oozing out of the young man's bruised arm due to a fall is not red, but dark brown like a cola. This guy is weird. Wang Feng didn't need to think too much, he immediately judged that the young man was a coke weird at all. Mom. Damn, what the asterisk is, which asterisk dares to hit you with coke? Uncle Coke weird. Uncle I kill you. The young man was ready to stand up with his hands on the ground, but he seemed to be drunk, his body swayed, and his speech was also full of drunkenness. Run. This was the only thought that came up in Wang Feng's mind. Even if the coke weirdo is the lowest level wolf level weirdo, it is not an object he can deal with. Now he faces the weirdo and only has to run away. If he can't run away, I can only pray for Saitama to appear like a asterisk to defeat the weirdo. The coke weird in front of him seemed to be drunk with coke and was unconscious. Taking this opportunity to run quickly is the best way. Master is going to kill you. At this moment, the straw on the top of the coke monster's head turned suddenly, bursting out dark brown coke. The coke was so powerful that it was comparable to a machine gun. Holes were left in the surrounding walls. Well, I can't run. Wang Feng, who had just raised his foot and was about to run away, was so scared that he scrambled with his head, and subconsciously jumped to the Kenji who opened the store door, jumped into the Kenji store, found a corner and hid, praying for coke in his heart. The weirdo never find out his existence. Tutu. His heartbeat speeds up suddenly, and the sound of his heartbeat bursts out of his chest and reverberates in Kenji. This is an old problem left by King. Whenever he encounters tension, fear, excitement, etc., it will cause his fast heartbeat. And then the heartbeat was too loud and burst out of the chest. It sounded like the sound of the engine starting, so it was hailed as the Emperor engine. The people generally believe that when the king launches the Emperor engine, it is entering a state of war. In fact, this is just the people's wishful thinking. It is actually the result of the king's fear and the rapid heartbeat that caused the heartbeat to be too loud. At this moment, Wang Feng's heartbeat is very fast, and his heartbeat is rippling. Fortunately, the coke weird straw shooting also makes a sudden sound to assimilate and cover up his heartbeat. Fuck, asshole, who is it? Who hit me? Hurry, get out of here. The coke monster stood up and found that there was no one around him. He was furious. The anger and drunkenness caused him to act unscrupulously. The straw above his head turned 360 degrees and fired. Suddenly. Bump. The surrounding building glass shattered all over the place, and holes were left on the walls. Weirdo, it's weirdo. Quickly, notify the Heroes Association. If you don't sleep in the middle of the night, this weird man is crazy. A string of shooting sounds awakened the surrounding residents. They secretly opened the window to observe, and were horrified to find that it was a coke weirdo, so scared that they immediately hid in the room and called the Association of Heroes to send heroes to destroy the weird. Well, I'm too unlucky. Even if you go out for a morning jog, you can meet weird people. In previous lives, some people said that King is a physique off-inducing strangers. There are also weird people at home who come here for no reason. Wang Feng hid in the corner, pressing the peaked cap on his head, quietly listening to the machine gun-like shooting on the street. He had a headache. After only a few days after he was attached to King, he met two weird people. Know whether to say good luck or bad luck. Jingle bell. Just as he was praying for the weirdo to leave soon, the phone bell suddenly rang, and Wang Feng was startled. He stared at the Heroes Association, just marked on the phone screen. He twitched the corner of his mouth and was in great trouble. Hey, look for, found you, asterisk bastard. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel Chapter 7, This is so unlucky. City Heroes Association Headquarters. Jingle bell. A bell rang, and the customer service lady connected. Hey, hello, this is the Heroes Association, can I help you? Weird people appeared in M City. M City. The police resident on the other end of the phone yelled in horror. A weird person appeared in M City. The customer service lady was surprised and asked quickly, this gentleman, please calm down and tell us in detail about the address of the weird person and the situation on the scene. Okay, the weirdo is a coke weirdo. He appeared on the street next to the East City. The straw above his head can shoot like a machine gun. The scene is in a mess. Please send your heroes to destroy the weird. Okay, We see, please rest assured, we will dispatch heroes as soon as possible. During the period when the weirdos are eliminated, please be careful of your safety and goodbye. The customer service lady comforted the residents and immediately hung up the phone and reported the residents' alarm situation to Maria, who was on duty. City again. Maria flirted with her refined short hair, rubbed her temples, her pretty face was exhausted, beside the streets of Dongcheng. Should we ask the king to do it again? Team Maria, there are no heroes near the East City. If you want to quickly eliminate the weird people, you can only ask king to shoot. The customer service lady hesitated. Should you report to the deputy minister and the minister? No, they are already asleep, don't bother them with this little thing. Maria waved her hand and said decisively, call king and ask him to take action to eliminate the weird. Yes. The customer service lady immediately executed the order. Jingle bell. The call was quickly connected, and the ringtone kept ringing in the silent command room. However, no one answered it. It seemed that King was not by the phone, and was even hung up after a while. Hung up. Maria Lu frowned. Quickly, assess the level of the weirdo, contact the nearest hero nearby, and notify the police department to protect civilians. After losing the nuclear weapon of King, she successively issued several orders to strictly follow the association's procedures to eliminate weird people to ensure that weird people are eliminated in the shortest possible time, and at the same time to ensure the personal safety of residents. Hey, looking for you, bastard. Wang Feng's heart tensed, and he hung up the phone of the Heroes Association. At the same time, he carefully probed the situation of the Coke Weird. Hearing the sound, the Coke Weird figured out his position. With a cruel smile, the straw on top of his head turned to Wang Feng's position, bursting with Coke bubbles, and shooting Coke bullets at any time. I wipe it. Dead. Wang Feng's eyes widened and his chest made a unique noise. He quickly scanned the escape route. After a while, he found out crying without tears that his position had no way of retreat. If he wanted to run, he could only leave through the gate. Saitama, you are so bald, you will appear soon. Forced to do so, he used the bald head summoning forbidden spell, but it was passive, and the active summoning had no effect, and Saitama did not appear. However, although Saitama did not show up, another Wang Feng, destined person, suddenly dropped from the sky. For some reason, the Kenji sign fell off with a click, and slammed directly on the Coke Weirdo with a bang. The Coke splashed all over and it was horrible. This smashed to death. Wang Feng stared blankly at the Coke Weirdo who was hit by Kengeki's sign. His expression was weird. At this moment, the Coke barrel on the Coke Weird was smashed by 1/3, and the young face of the Coke Weird was even more distorted like an abstract painting. The dark brown Coke equivalent to blood smashed across the ground, and the Coke Weird fell to the ground, motionless, presumably, it hung up. Ding dong, there are weird cards nearby that can be converted, please go to the conversion. Wang Feng waited for a long time without seeing the Coke Weird moving, until the system sounded a reminder, he was sure that the Coke Weird was dead. Who? He breathed a sigh of relief, a kind of fortunate escape. It turned out to be my own death. He got out of Kenji and came to the side of the Coke Weird, and he was prompted by the system to obtain a 1-star card Coke Weird. He looked at the fallen Kenji sign and found a fixed sign. There were a lot of bullet shooting marks on the bracket. The young man unconsciously shot indiscriminately while drunk, causing the sign to loosen and fall. The young man was really dead. Oh, at the same time, the world is on the horizon. He stared at the miserable appearance of being killed by KFC's sign, and he couldn't help but think of his journey through the journey. He was also killed by KFC's sign, and he was a little bit sorrowful. For the sake of everyone's death, I will mourn for you for 3 seconds. Wang Feng took off his peaked cap and bowed slightly to the Coke Weird, expressing his sincere sorrow. That is, King. Wow, it's King. King killed the Coke Weirdo. Long live King. The people who have been secretly observing the situation of the Coke Weird are wondering why the Coke Weird suddenly turned off and faced the Kenji restaurant. They did not expect to find that the Coke Weird was killed by the Kenji sign in the next second. Just when they felt that the Coke Weird died inexplicably at that time, Wang Feng appeared, and unluckily took off his hat in silence, and was recognized by the residents at once, so the residents naturally assigned the credit for killing the Cola Weird to Wang Feng. Well, Wang Feng glanced blankly at the cheering residents in the surrounding buildings. How could the credit for killing the weirdo be pushed on me again? I really didn't do anything. Son. At this time, a stern cry sounded. Wang Feng was stunned, turned around and turned his head quickly, and saw a middle-aged man who also appeared to be wearing a clown suit was standing not far from him, except that the middle-aged man was wearing a green Sprite bucket with the label, blood, on his stomach. The word, Bai, means that a green straw is inserted on the top of the green Sprite lid. The straw is a circle larger than the young blue straw, which seems to indicate that it is more powerful. The middle-aged Sprite stranger looked at his tragically dying son with a full face of grief. His anger was full, his eyes were red, and he stared at Wang Feng fiercely, saying, I want you die. The green straw on top of his head splashed out transparent Sprite, like a volcano hidden in the ground erupting at any time. Wait a minute, I didn't kill your son. Wang Feng looked dumbfounded and quickly waved his hand to deny. Who knows? His phrase, your son was not killed by me, has not been uttered yet. A billboard suddenly appeared in his sight, and with a bang, Yu reading www.uikinshu.com directly hit it. On the middle-aged Sprite monster's head, Sprite splashed all over, and the transparent Sprite dripped all over the floor. Ding dong, there are weird cards nearby that can be converted, please go to the conversion. The system prompts again without emotion. Needless to say, the middle-aged Sprite weird also died. Wow. The residents saw King easily stretched out his hand to destroy the weird person, and they immediately boiled. King, I want to give you a monkey. King, please accept me as a disciple, I am willing to be a cow and a horse for you. The strongest man, King. Wang Feng was very embarrassed as he listened to the cheers from the upstairs and downstairs around him. What an accident. Ding, congratulations on getting a 2-star card, Sprite Monster. He went up and touched the middle-aged Sprite Monster, and obtained another monster card. At the same time, he curiously squeezed the skin of the Sprite Monster and found that the shell resembling a Sprite barrel was plastic. When he was curious, he again touched the outer shell of the Coke Weirdo, and it was actually made of paper. It seems that although their attack is strong, their defense is a major weakness. It is no wonder that the father and son will be killed by signs and billboards. Moreover, he scanned the steel frame of the billboard a few times, and the conspicuous bullet marks let him know the reason why the billboard fell. The Coke Weirdo not only killed himself, but also killed his father indirectly, cheating. La la la, Coke, Sprite, it's almost dawn, you two don't come back soon. At the entrance of the street, a cylindrical figure walked from a distance, shouting the names of Coke and Sprite. At the same time, it seemed that the elders of the family went out to look for the bear child who had not returned home for a long time. Well, is there another? Grandpa. Wang Feng's face suddenly turned black, which was unlucky. Chapter 8. This is too big. Son. Another screaming screamed. It really is. Grandpa. Wang Feng twitched at the corner of his mouth, ha ha da. The weird person who appeared in front of him was like a large light yellow Fanta can. He opened the tab on his head and inserted a yellow straw. His face was old, and the aluminum flakes on his stomach said, Funda, furiously. 2 words. Son. The old Fanta weird pounced on the Sprite weird and wailed in pain. Crunch. Wang Feng stepped back subconsciously and looked at the grieving old Fanta weird awkwardly. He wanted to explain that he was not the murderer, but he was afraid that the description would get darker and darker. Huh. Fun, my good son. The old Fanta weird raised his head and stared at Wang Feng fiercely. He didn't know that when he raised his eyes, he saw the same tragic death of Cola Weird not far away. Wait a minute, good son. Nima, aren't you grandpa? Shouldn't it be called grandson? Wang Feng was stunned. If he remembered correctly, the middle-aged Sprite Weird should be the son of the Coke Weirdo just now. How come the old Fanta Weird call both the Sprite Weird and the Coke Weird son? Your family relationship is a bit messy. He glanced at the middle-aged Sprite Weird with a green lid on his head pityingly. It was really, if you want to live a good life, you must have a little green on your head. You killed my 2 sons, damn it. Tonight, I'm going to have fun at your grave. The old Fanta Weird can hear a grumbling, boiling sound from the inside of the can, and the yellow straw makes a pumping, steam sound. After a while, with the grumbling sound, a ball of yellow liquid the size of a basketball comes from the straw was squeezed up, and it felt like putting a ping-pong ball into a slender straw with a tumor protruding in the middle. Hiss. Wang Feng took a breath of air conditioning, and at the same time his heartbeat increased, making a thud, muffled sound. Judging from the situation of the Coke weirdo, their soda is equivalent to gunpowder. Using the same method of squeezing toothpaste from the Fanta weirdo, he estimated that it would be able to squeeze it for a while. A cannonball fired from the straw, shattering his body. Jun Feishui, I really didn't kill your two sons, old man, you have to calm down. He quickly waved his hand to deny that he was the murderer, but another sentence of, your son was not killed by me, did not exit. Suddenly a white angel appeared in his field of vision, and an outdoor air conditioning unit fell from the sky. Huh. It hit the old Fanta weird all at once, and Fanta soda splashed all over. Ah caca. However, he deserves to be a weird grandfather who was hit by an air conditioner and did not die immediately. This. Wang Feng stared blankly at the old Fanta weird who was struggling to get up. Would you like to go up and help? Afraid of being corrupted, forget it. Warm reminder, the description in parenthesis is a joke version, please don't care, do you want to make a knife? Wait online, it's anxious. Wang Feng took a picture and sent it to the internet for help. Let's run. Otherwise, waiting for the old weirdo to stand up for a while, he will definitely kill himself. He turned around and wanted to escape. Boom. Suddenly, the cannonball that the old Fanta weird had squeezed into the straw for a long time was broken because the straw was broken by the air conditioner, so that it could no longer be squeezed. It exploded and Fanta splashed. Wang Feng looked back at the farce-like scene dumbfounded. The old Fanta freak was blown into the ground by his own cannonballs. Ding dong, there are weird cards nearby that can be converted, please go to the conversion. Today is April Fool's Day. Are weirdos making fun of their lives? He couldn't laugh or cry, and a family of 3 fell into the sky falling objects inexplicably. Sure enough, it makes sense for the teacher to teach us to be careful of falling objects from the sky. You guys rest in peace. He stepped forward and touched a handful of old Fanta weirdos and got a 2-star card, Fanta Weird. At the same time, he found that the outer shell of the old Fanta Weird was made of aluminum. It is no wonder that it is more resistant to beating than Sprite and Coke weirdo, and has a higher defense. Cut. He glanced at the air conditioner, the bullet marks on the bracket made him speechless. Others shouted cheating all day long. In fact, they were complaining, but the Coke weirdo was really cheating, and he had cheated 2 dads and made evil. Long live the king. King must be a superpower. Look at him when he stretched out his hand. All the signs, billboards and air conditioners upstairs fell down and killed the weirdo. King must have pulled those things down with his mind. Well worthy of being the strongest man on the surface, worthy of being my idol. Wait a minute, have you just seen King turning around confidently? That's the 100% confidence of the strong in his own strength. He believes that weird people will undoubtedly die, so he will show his back. King is too strong, from strength to strength. Psychologically, it's a mess. The people seemed to be ignited all at once, and their bodies were boiling with excitement and shouting with excitement. Quote. Wang Feng saw the people dancing in the room through the window, shook his head speechlessly, put his black peaked cap on, and quickly left the scene. As for the corpses of the 3 weird people, someone would naturally take care of them afterwards. City Heroes Association Headquarters. Maria, I have notified the recent B-Class Heroes 13 Super Police Autobots to go to the weird scene. I believe we will be able to eliminate the weird soon. The staff report. Maria nodded. By the way, what is the rating of the weirdo? According to the situation reported by the citizens, the Coke monster is only a wolf-level disaster. Okay, always pay attention to the situation of the weird person, and report to me if there is an emergency. After Maria finished her order, she turned and asked the staff on the other side, what happened to the apple weird that appeared in Z City? Has it been solved by the black hole of the vest? It is reported that there is currently no feedback from the black hole of the vest and the citizens, and it is estimated that they are fighting. Okay, continue to monitor and report if there is any situation. Maria rubbed her tired face and worked hard. It was almost dawn and soon someone would take over her job. Jingle bell. Suddenly, the association's alarm hotline rang again. Hey, hello, what? A sprite monster appeared next to Dongcheng Street in M City. Maria's heart tightened, and another weird person appeared. I wonder if the super police Autobot can handle it. Wait a minute, you said that King is on the scene. And has already solved the Coke weirdo. Okay. Huh. King pulled the billboard down with superpowers and killed the sprite weirdo. Thank you so much for providing us with information. What another Fanta weird appeared again. Can you describe the situation of Fanta weird? Huh. Dead. King used superpower to pull an air conditioner and killed. Ah. Oh, we understand. Thank you for supporting the work of our association. The customer service lady finished a call and wiped the sweat from her forehead. The content of the short call was as ups and downs as a blockbuster plot, which made people feel frightened. After she turned her head, she was stunned to find that many staff members including Maria looked at her. What the **** happened? Has King set off to eliminate the weirdo? Maria asked impatiently. You reading www.uakanshu.com. The customer service lady smiled and said, yes, Maria, according to the information provided by the citizens, King has eliminated the 3 weird people who appeared, and has left the scene. It turns out that King is busy eliminating weirdos by not answering the phone, no wonder. Maria smiled easily, remembering something, and Lou frowned. By the way, when you answered the phone, you said King used superpowers to fight. This is important information. The association has very little information about the King's battles. It only knows that no matter how strong the weirdo is, the King can blow it all with one punch. Based on this, it is inferred that the King is a power-type combatant. Now suddenly I heard that King will have superpowers, which has a great impact on them. The customer service lady was very affirmative. Maria, according to the information provided by the citizens, King is indeed a superpower. Dozens of people on the scene saw King use his superpowers. The matter is very important and must be investigated as soon as possible. You ask the staff of the M City Association to go to the scene to visit King to eliminate the witnesses of the weird people, to ensure that the news is accurate, and then we report to the minister. Yes. The staff each led the task and went back to the computer to be busy. Various beeping sounds sounded in the combat room. After a while, the video of King killing the weird person, secretly recorded by the citizens, came over. Maria led the capable subordinates to watch the process of Wang Feng's elimination of weird people over and over again. They looked at each other. From the video, King seemed to have superpowers and could manipulate objects. Plus the citizen testimony uploaded back, it is enough to prove that King is a superpower. This news is very important and needs to be reported to the minister immediately. Chapter 9. Catastrophe is imminent. Black Street Monster Club in M City. This is a club established by its waiters pretending to be weird people to entertain the public. It has been very popular since its inception. The reason is that the club's waiters pretend to be weird and look exactly like weird people in terms of ability and appearance. The actual situation is that this is a real gathering place for weird people. Human beings mutate into weird people for various reasons. Some of them are not violent and prefer a quiet life. Because they are squeezed out by humans, they gather together. He set up a freak club to earn money for life. Inside the club, because it is approaching dawn, they have already closed business. They are picking up all the garbage left by the guests after the carnival last night and cleaning it up. At this time, a young weirdo who looked like a carrot rushed in with a newspaper in panic, shouting, "Chairman, it's not good, the 3 soda weirdos were killed by the heroes." What? A middle-aged man who looked like a soy sauce bottle weird stood up with a gloomy face. Heroes Association, deceived too much. In the ballroom, the weird people who had been working stopped one after another, and the same hatred. Yes, the Heroes Association is too bullying. We have hid like mice. They still refuse to let us go. I can't bear it anymore. NS. We didn't kill people, and we didn't launch terrorist attacks. We just mutated into weirdos because of hobbies. What's wrong with us? Why are they hostile to us? I've had enough, playing clowns every day to please those disgusting guys, and if this continues, I'm going crazy. More than a dozen weirdos, including Apple Weirdo, Cabbage Weirdo, Waha Weird, Spicy Tiao Weird, and Vodka Weird, gathered together and shouted angrily, President Candy, we want to avenge the Soda family and kill that hero. Quote. Yes, we want revenge. Yes, we must not let them go easily this time, let those heroes take a look at our strength. The middle-aged man, the President Kong Di, said loudly, okay, we don't bully others, but we never allow others to bully us. All members of our weird club are family members. To kill our members means to kill our family. Now they killing 3 of our family members at once, we will never take that hero lightly. We are going to kill that to pay homage to the family of soda weirdos. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. The sentiment was enthusiastic, and the anger of the strangers rushed to my heart. His eyes were red, and he waved and screamed fiercely. Kill him. Kill him. The carrot weirdo was infected by the atmosphere, excited, and shouted with a flushed face. Listen to me, I know the address of the hero, let's kill the door. Little carrot head, quickly tell the bastards information, we must punish that today, and scream for our weirdo club. Yes, kill him. The carrot juvenile weirdo yelled excitedly, I have found out. That is nicknamed King and lives in Dongcheng Street. Hey, Lady Ow, get me the mop, I will mop the floor clean. Cabbage and apples, what are you two doing? Take the garbage out if you have time. President, we ran out of sanitary napkins, you call someone to send me some rolls. The weirdos in the ballroom disappeared almost for a moment, sweeping the floor, wiping the table, each busy with the work at hand. Their expressions changed from anger to calmness, and there was a little fear in the calm. The carrot juvenile weirdo stared at the scene with such a big contrast, and had a good reaction. President, when shall we kill the door to avenge the Soda family? When did we say we went to the door? President Candy said with a serious face. Little carrot head, do you still remember the regulation of Article 37, Article 7 of our club? All club members are not allowed to go out at will. The Association of Heroes is the enemy, and violators are immediately expelled from the club. In other words, the Soda family is no longer a member of our club when it violated the rules. What? The carrot weirdo looked blank, isn't our club only having 35 rules? When are there 37 articles? He nodded seemingly, oh, I seem to understand. Well, you are a good boy. You must follow the rules of our club. Kangdi glanced at the carrot weird with great admiration, and at the same time let out a sigh of relief. What international jokes are you making, and who is king? Known as the strongest man on the surface, no matter how rich the weird people are, they are all hit by a punch when they encounter the king. What is the difference between them to provoke the king and the mobs to send experience in a group? It's like lighting a lantern in the toilet looking for death. Then, do you want to tell Mei Niangda and wife Shi? If they knew that their husband, son, and grandson were killed by the king, I'm afraid they would be crazy. Don't tell them. But they will know sooner or later. How long can I hide it? During this time, I quickly help them find a new home, so that they can settle down, and avoid seeking revenge from the king after knowing the truth and dying for nothing. City Heroes Association Headquarters. What? You say king is a superpower. In the combat room, CIC, Jace, Coulson, and Maria gathered together. Maria gave a report on the situation last night. According to the information provided by the citizens and our subsequent investigation, King may indeed be a superpower. Maria nodded. They had no doubt that Wang Feng killed the 3 soda monsters only because of good luck. After all, he was praised as the strongest. How could a man's king kill monsters by luck? If this is the case, then King's ranking should be improved a bit. Ziki solemnly said. King has been very active in the past few days. He has eliminated tiger-level monsters and wolf-level monsters several times. His contribution and strength are sufficient. Support his ranking up. Now King ranks 16th at the bottom of the S-level hero, which does not match his strength. Jace agreed. King's strength is enough to rank in the top 5, but because of the lack of hero activity points, he is hovering at the bottom. Regret. He is so strong, let him be promoted to 2nd place. At this time, a proud voice came. The 2nd place is too much, even if his strength is stronger than Tornado, but his contribution is too little after all. Forcing King to rank 2nd will upset other S-rank heroes, especially Tsunere's Tornado. Proud. Jess spoke quickly and said a lot of words at once. When he reacted, he only felt the surrounding air instantly dignified. His cold sweat suddenly flowed down, his neck was twisted stiffly, and he watched as he was floating in battle crying without tears. The old Lolita, with a sullen face above the room. Isn't this our association's strongest combat power? Little dragon roll. You. What? When did you come in? I didn't notice it at all. You reading www.uakanshu.com is indeed trembling. Tornado. Ha, ha ha. Jace stubbornly reversed the embarrassing situation forcibly, the laughter said as far-fetched as it is far-fetched. The trembling tornado, the second place in the Heroes Association's S-Class hero, 28-year-old Lori, is a superpower. Legend has it that he can easily provoke meteorites to attack weird people, and is super perverted. He is regarded by the Association of Heroes as a human-shaped nuclear bomb and the ultimate weapon. Who is the strongest combat power in the association? Isn't it King? The trembling tornado has green curly hair, a lowly face, and a lowly figure. He wears a black cheongsam with split ends all year round. Almost all travels are floating and flying, and the number of walking is only a handful. Ha, the thing that doesn't, tornado, you are the ultimate weapon recognized by our association. Jace smirked. I have never tried with King, who knows who we are stronger. Tornado hummed her head proudly, help me ask King, I want to try with him in person to see who is the one. The strongest combat power. After speaking, she floated out of the war room. Jace wiped the cold sweat from his forehead and smiled bitterly. Minister Zeki, what should I do now? It's nothing. Zeki smiled, and said in a low voice, it's just to learn about King's real combat methods. Among all the S-rank heroes, King has always been shrouded in a layer of mystery. No one has ever seen him make a move. The strangers who have seen him make a move have all died. The Heroes Association can only infer from the corpse of the weird that King has the super strength to solve the weird with one punch, and the information on the specific combat methods is blank. Perhaps, the King and the trembling tornado fight can really figure out the King's combat method. Chapter 10. I'm so awesome. Coke weird. Background. A young man who likes to drink cola beverages has accidentally mutated into a weird person. Skill. Liquid jet. Comprehensive evaluation. 1 star. Sprite monster. Background. A father who desperately fell in love with Sprite because his son loved Coke, accidentally turned into a weird person. Skill. Liquid jet. Comprehensive evaluation. 2 stars. Fanta weird. Background. A kind old father who mutated into a weird man because his 2 sons liked soda drinks and tried to drink soda all year round. Skill. Liquid jet. Comprehensive evaluation. 2 stars. After browsing the 3-card information, Wang Feng didn't use it recklessly. He didn't rush to upgrade, and waited for the need to use the card in the future. Boom. Just as he was about to regain his sleep, it was already dawn outside the door, and the sound of excavators came over. He opened the curtain curiously and took a look. The surrounding residents spontaneously helped clean up the broken stones on the broken streets. He was embarrassed and immediately lost his sleepiness. He put on his black peaked cap to hide his appearance, took up the shovel at the bottom of the building and went to the streets to help clean up the gravel. In order to speed up, he even directly used the 1-star card Coke Weird. Ding! Consume a 1-star card and get 125 experience points. Ding! The host has failed to comprehend the card character skills. Click. With the power of the weirdo, Wang Feng was able to clean up the rubble very quickly. He cleaned up the rubble at the door of his house in 2 strokes, and then extended his work outside. Young man, work fast. Seeing the neighbor's uncle, he suddenly exaggerated. Wang Feng lowered his head and smiled modestly. Training since childhood, strength is great. Haha. The neighbor finally found a partner to chat, and said with a smile, young man, the strength should go to the hero test, maybe you can also become a hero, be respected, and protect your home. He said, mysteriously said, do you know who fought on this street last night? Quote. Wang Feng stiffened all over, and could not speak in embarrassment. I don't know, uncle tells you, last night there was a cruel weird who broke into the street to burn, kill, and looting without sleeping. You don't know, that weird is particularly hideous, with blue-faced fangs, 3 heads and 6 arms, super strength, and the people around him are scared. Shivering, at this moment, King fell from the sky with golden light all over his body. When they met, he shouted, "Weirdo, your uncle is here," and the weirdo replied casually, "I am your ancestor." King was furious, and immediately there was nothing. Nonsense. Use your own big move Purgatory Warrior's explosive heat wave cannon to blast the weird people into powder, which caused the damage to the street. It is said that before King left, coldly said to the weird powder floating in the air, "Your uncle after all, it's your uncle." After finishing talking, the neighbor touched his drooling beard pretentiously. Hee, King is really strong. Wang Feng touched a cold sweat. Uncle, you can really make up. The Purgatory Warrior's explosive wave cannon is nothing but a fictitious move. It is a trick that King used to fool around when asked about the move by the association. By the way, Uncle, King broke the street like this, don't you hate him? Hey, boy, this is the question of your mind. The weirdo kills countless humans of us. If King eliminates it in time, I am afraid that more people will suffer. Therefore, the damage of a street is exchanged for the survival of thousands of humans. This is an absolutely value for money sale. No one will blame King. He is a great hero who protects the safety of mankind. Maybe. Wang Feng was embarrassed to hear that he was about to commit cancer. Jack, are you cleaning up the rubble? At this moment, a middle-aged man walked towards him and came back from the street with a shovel. Oh, Simi, are you donating money? The neighbor greeted him with a smile. Yes, I am also one of the residents of the street after all, so I donated 200 to express my feelings. The middle-aged man smiled and said, I won't tell you any more, I want to go home and clean up the rubble. Okay, I'll talk in the evening. The two waved goodbye. Uncle, what is going on with the donation? Wang Feng's heart moved. Oh, in order to speed up the resurfacing of the streets dwellers voluntarily raised funds for construction costs. Really? Uncle, do you know where the donation is located? Wang Feng's eyes lit up. I am also one of the residents here. I want to express my feelings. There is an office on the street, where there are special personnel to manage it. The neighbor said, pointing to the street. Thank you, Uncle. Wang Feng carried a shovel and ran into the street. Hey, what a irritable guy. The neighbor uncle laughed, and then lowered his head to clean up the rubble. Street Repair Fundraising Office. Wang Feng stepped forward and asked, are the donations for street repair works here? Yes, do you want to donate? The person in charge is very enthusiastic. Wang Feng smiled, lowered his cap, took out his bank card and handed it to the reception staff, and said, I donate 1.3 million. There are only more than 1.3 million in his card, although he has nearly 100,000 a month. Yuan entered the account, but it didn't take long for him to become an S-rank hero, and only so much money was accumulated. Ah. What did you say? You want to donate 1.3 million. The person in charge looked at Wang Feng with wide eyes. Their fundraising office hosted many residents, but everyone donated a few hundred yuan out of interest. Whoever is okay will donate more than 1 million. Yes. Wang Feng nodded affirmatively, please swipe your card. Oh, okay. The person in charge took out the credit card machine in a hurry, pressed 1.3 million, Wang Feng swiped the bank card, clicked the password at random, and completed the transfer with a beep. Sir, please register your name. We will post a notice to announce the identity of the donor after the event. Although this is not an honor, it is what we can do for everyone who donates without compensation. The person in charge respectfully said. Oh. Wang Feng picked up his pen and wrote down the name, Hongling Jing, never mind the other information. After saying that, he put the pen down, carried his shovel and returned happily to clean up the gravel. After the donation, he finally felt uneasy. Phew. This is the street where King killed the weirdo last night, right? A group of men and women in suits and leather shoes carrying cameras came to the street. Are you a TV host? The person in charge of the street repair fundraising office was wondering who the person who donated more than 1 million yuan was. Seeing a group of people who looked like a TV station came over, they immediately greeted him. Hello, my name is Dale. We are the staff of M-City TV station. We want to report on the killing of weird people by King last night. I wonder if it will be convenient for us to enter the street to shoot. A mature and intellectual woman came out with a smile. She is a reporter for the news channel of M-City TV station. She is responsible for reporting on the scene of various weird people afterwards. Oh, that's the case, welcome. The person in charge of fundraising enthusiastically entertained the TV station staff and personally led the way. Look, this is where King fought with weird people last night. The reason why the street is badly damaged is that King used the big recruit purgatory caused by the double explosive thermal wave cannons. It is said that when the wave cannon was launched, the streets were a sea of flames, like lava tumbling, a hellish scene. The person in charge glanced at the camera. You read www.uakanshu.com talks nonsense seriously. On the one hand, the beautiful reporter talked with the person in charge, and on the other hand, he found the next person to interview. After a while, his beautiful eyes lit up, and a man with a black cap in front of him quickly cleared the gravel out with his hands and feet. Attention. She smiled slightly and greeted her filming team to step forward. Hello, this gentleman. I am a reporter from M-City TV station. Can I interview you? What? Wang Feng looked up blankly, revealing 3 hideous scars. Ah. You King? The beauty reporter was taken aback, and immediately recognized Wang Feng's identity. After all, the 3 scars were too obvious. What? King? The person in charge of fundraising who accompanied the reporter also recognized Wang Feng's identity. It turns out that King just donated more than 1.3 million yuan for street repairs. Quote. What is this? Brother just wants to make up for the mistakes in a low-key manner. What are you doing with me in such a high-key interview? Wang Feng couldn't laugh or cry. King. The surrounding residents all looked towards Wang Feng. Wow, King, I want to give you a monkey. King, accept me as an apprentice, I also want to be a hero like you. The residents swarmed like a fanatical star chaser. Calm down everyone. Calm down everyone. Don't take off my pants. Hey, don't touch it. From the broken street, Wang Feng wailed in tears without tears. The neighbor uncle stared at Wang Feng's familiar figure and murmured, Am I bragging to King just now? I'm so awesome. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel Chapter 11, Vaccine Man. City Heroes Association Headquarters. Hello everyone, this is the news channel of M-City TV station. RTV reporter Dale went to the street for interviews in the morning. He accidentally found the S-class hero King. Things have to start from last night. Last night, a strange man appeared unexpectedly on the streets of Dongcheng. King appeared in time. The weird people were eliminated, but the streets were destroyed as a result. However, as a hero, King was serious and responsible. He went to the streets early in the morning to help clean up the rubble. At the same time, he donated more than 1 million deposits to repair the streets. Later, his identity was exposed. He is very close to the people, and he is a rare superhero. CIC, Jess and others watched the report of M-City TV station quietly. Oh, what do you think? For a long time, Shi coughed slightly. Well, King's reputation among the people is very good. I think it can be used as a key point of the association's promotion. Collison pushed his glasses, staring at the King surrounded by the crowd on the screen, and said, the image of the association now the ambassador is a handsome masked guy. He has a good image, a singer idol, and the first A-level hero. It is irreplaceable. However, we can make King a hero model to inspire and restrain the more unscrupulous heroes. Quote. Masked handsome guy, number 1 in A-level heroes, is also a national idol singer with a large number of fans under him, so he has a part of the right to speak in the association and is the image ambassador of the Association of Heroes. Big Nose Ziki nodded, seriously considering Collison's proposal. Let me talk about my opinion. Jace said with a weird face. If I remember correctly, since joining the Heroes Association, King has received less than 2 million in total, and King has donated this one time. It's more than 1 million donations, and I don't know how many donations I usually don't know. King seems to be in a stage of making ends meet. If this news goes out, I'm afraid the people will think that we are embezzled internally and put the collected taxes into their pockets and treat them badly. Heroes. Quote. Ziki held his head with a headache. I also advised King not to donate money before. We are responsible for repairing the streets. He never expected that King would not be able to enjoy the heroic achievements with peace of mind. His quality is admirable, but it may cause our association to get into big trouble. Maria covered her mouth and smiled. In this case, we can resend the money to King. In name, it is to reward King for his efforts to actively eliminate weird people in the past few years. This can only be done. Ziki's eyes flashed with a glint. By the way, invite King to the headquarters, on the one hand, to negotiate the creation plan of heroes, and on the other hand to appease the little ancestor in the headquarters. Who is your little ancestor? An arrogant lowly sound came from behind Ziki. Quote. Siki's face turned dark. Are you a trembling tornado or a trembling ghost? Everywhere. I can't stay in this place. Wang Feng desperately came out of the crowd. He was already ragged. He quietly hid home. He changed into a white hooded sweater. He pulled out a red backpack he hadn't used for many years. He picked up a few changed clothes and stuffed them into the backpack. Z City turned to Saitama. Jingle bell. Just as he was about to close the door and leave, the Heroes Association headquarters called. Hey, I am King, what's the matter? King, I'm Ziki, our association has an important thing, I hope you can come to the headquarters to negotiate. What time? Wang Feng was speechless, just about to go to Z City to find a bald head, but he didn't expect to have a big nose halfway. Ziki. King, if you have time, come over today. All right. Wang Feng hung up the phone, put on the black cap and buttoned the hood of the sweater, hiding his appearance, and walking towards the train station with his backpack on his back. On the way, his mobile phone showed an extra bank deposit message indicating that his balance had increased to more than 1.5 million. Achievement bonus. 1.5 million. Ha, the welfare of the Heroes Association is pretty good too. He smiled. Just short of money, the bonus came in time. City M and City A are neighbors. The train needs to travel for 3 hours. In the world of One Punch Man, there is no civil aviation, only military aircraft, and ordinary people basically rely on trains, subways and cars to travel. Wang Feng bought a sleeping ticket, lay down directly after getting on the train, covered his appearance with a peaked cap, and fell asleep peacefully. Click click. The train ran all the way. 3 hours later, the flight attendant woke up Wang Feng. He put on a cap and a red backpack and wandered the bustling streets of City A. The construction site in the distance is under construction, the machine makes a noisy noise, and the subway on the bridge screams and whizzes by. Boom. There was a sudden explosion sounding all over the world. What the hell? Wang Feng was taken aback. He turned to look at the explosion site. A building not far away from him was destroyed. Is this a terrorist human bomb? He couldn't help but think of the bombing of his previous life, Bin Laden. A scene from the Pentagon in the United States. Is there a terrorist organization in One Punch Man world? Shoo shoo. Just as he stared at the explosive building in shock, there was a burst of air breaking in the sky, and flashes of energy flew over, like countless ground missiles hit the ground. Rumbling. The sky is falling apart. After being hit by countless energy balls, a big explosion occurred immediately. High-rise buildings collapsed, streets and roads were destroyed, and countless people were buried in the ruins. It was like hell. I wipe it. Wang Feng glared at several buildings and collapsed towards him, his heart beating suddenly and violently, and the strange engine-like heartbeat burst out of his chest. He ran like a headless fly, already panicking. In fact, there is no way to judge which direction is the best to escape, and several tall buildings fall into his area together, blocking almost all the escape routes. Boom. The building completely collapsed, a lot of dust was thrown up, rocks splashed, and the screams stopped abruptly. After a while, the area fell silent, and high-rise buildings and smooth roads were all destroyed. Woo, mom, woo, dad, woo. I don't know how long has passed. On the ruins of City A little girl in a light pink dress and a blue skirt cried loudly, calling her parents helplessly. Unfortunately, the ruins have long since disappeared. No one can respond to her. Click. A heavy footstep gradually approached the little girl. If the little girl turned her head, she would definitely see the frightening weird. The skin of the weird was dark blue, with pointed ears and 2 slender snail tentacles on her forehead, Except for the body color, it is exactly the same as the big devil in Dragon Ball. Of course, the most important feature is that this weird man, bald. In the world of One Punch Superman, bald head often means strong. For example, the manga protagonist of One Punch Man, Saitama, has become the strongest after he has cultivated to the point of bald head. Another example is the S-class hero Superalloy Black Light, who is also bald in practice and has become one of the few strong people in the world. 1. Therefore, in the world of One Punch Superman, bald donkey, and bald head, are sensitive words. If you see a bald head on the street, please handle it carefully. It is best not to provoke others, because maybe the other party is a strong one. Who can beat you to find teeth all over the floor? Like the big devil of Piccolo, the weird stared at the little girl for a few moments. Yu read www.uakanshu.com with a grinning smile, his arm muscles bulged, and he stretched out the door-sized palm to the little girl, which is one palm bigger than the little girl. Double, if you grasp it firmly, the little girl will become fleshy in an instant. Shua. It was too late, it was fast, and the strange man suddenly grabbed his palm thickly, and the palm made a creaking sound because it was too hard. Well. However, the strange man opened his palm and was surprised to find that there was nothing in his palm. Wow. At this moment, the dust in front of the weirdo dispersed, and a bald head wearing a white cloak, wearing an old earthy yellow superhero suit, and a red gloved hand held tightly to a comatose little girl. The strange man's face was dark, staring at his bald head. Who are you? Me. Put down the little girl with a bald head, put his hands on the chest, dangled fish eyes, and the white cloak was hunting and flying. He said solemnly, I am a hero who is interested in being a hero. What? Piccolo raised his eyebrows, and laughed. What kind of casual setting is this? Didn't you put a red envelope for the author? The bald head said indifferently, I don't know how to do such troublesome things. The strange man saw that the bald head had no fear of him, and he was immediately furious. I am a vaccine man created because you humans continue to pollute the environment. The Earth is a living body, and you humans are just pathogens that erode life on the Earth, in order to obliterate you. Human beings and the harmful civilization you created, I was born by the will of the Earth. As he talked, he became more and more angry, his muscles gradually swelled, and he changed from a good-looking monster to a terrifying monster. Interest. You actually said interest, relying on this reason for not being able to get on the stage, you have what qualifications are against me as the apostle of the earth. Chapter 12. Big Devil Fantasy. Click. Damn, I finally came out of the ground. Wang Feng pushed a piece of cement slab away and sat on the ruins panting. He was so lucky that he happened to ran to the place where the two buildings were opposed and collapsed. After the two buildings collided, they stood in a stalemate and formed a human shape. And he happened to be under the crotch of person, that is, the I under the word woo. Well, why does this description feel weird? After the explosion calmed down, he immediately stripped off the gravel and soil and crawled out of the ground. Fortunately, I am so lucky. Fortunately, I crossed over to the king who is known to be full of lucky points. If I cross over to other people, I am estimated to be dead. I have to say that crossing is really a technical job. He wiped out a cold sweat for the rest of his life, and looked up to find a way out, but was shocked to find that there was a demon King Piccolo who was more than 10 meters tall and had paid for a new skin. He was so frightened that he could not dare to stand. Moving, the chest suddenly beating like an engine. Huh. Is that Saitama? He stood there for a while, his eyes suddenly attracted by the bald head that was as bright as a beacon. Fuck, Saitama is there, then this weird person is a vaccine person. His eyes lit up and he finally remembered the manga he had read. He remembered that in the manga, the big demon Piccolo, who looked awesome and changed his skin, was beaten to death by Saitama a moment later. Terrible. Haha, weird cards above the ghost level have been collected. He is overjoyed. This time he is going to pick up the big bargains. He usually relies on his own strength, not to mention the ghost level. Even the wolf level can't die. It's difficult to collect cards. Now come to City A, just pick it up. A card above the ghost level, the surprise came too suddenly. Oh no, it should be said that there is money to be made with the bald gang. With excitement, he can't wait to collect cards, but the weird guy talked about a lot of settings that he didn't understand, just didn't do it. Angrily, He immediately yelled, "Hey, bald." He didn't even call Saitama, showing how anxious he was. Vaccine people's bodies are getting bigger and bigger, and in the end they completely become fierce beasts with sharp teeth and claws, and hideous like ghosts. You humans are really stupid. It seems that I can only let humans be destroyed. Huh, you said I was bald. Saitama, who was originally listening to the vaccine man with a dull face, heard the word bald, and immediately burst out a tic-tac-toe on his forehead. From a cute state to a runaway mode, his red-gloved fist tightened. A sudden uppercut came up. Unforgivable. Boom. There was a sound of a physical explosion, and the invincible vaccine person instantly turned into minced meat, and its pieces of meat were scattered all over the ruins, which was very disgusting. Vaccine person. MMP, it's my shit. Ding, there are convertible cards nearby, please go to the host to convert. The system popped out promptly on time. Wang Feng looked at Saitama's angry blow because he mistakenly believed that the vaccine person called him bald, and immediately swallowed the next part of the sentence, for fear that Saitama would find out that he was actually calling bald. I was originally bald, so I won't let people say it. He whispered, and covered his head with a headache. It's over, I originally planned to go to Z City to join Saitama, but don't think about it for the time being. In case he recognizes the voice, Ghost, I know if he will give me a trick. Bald punch. My small body can't stand it. Forget it, I'll stay in M City for the time being, at least it's safe. Where's Saitama? When he recovered from his cranky thoughts, Saitama had disappeared without a trace, leaving only a pile of rotten meat on the ground, and a comatose, little girl. Little girl. Wang Feng was speechless, and Saitama was too careless. He casually threw the unconscious little girl in the ruins. What should I do if I encounter a strange tree? Fortunately my good uncle is still there. He jumped out of the ruins, quickly rushed to the little girl, picked up the little girl, and gently wiped the little girl's cute face, and wiped off the dust on her face. Shoo! At this time, a green light wave flashed in the sky and stopped above Wang Feng's head. King! An arrogant lowly voice came. Wang Feng frowned and raised his head questioningly, only to see a petite little lowly with a tender face and green curly hair standing above his head out of thin air. What made him snorting was that the little lowly was wearing a split cheongsam. There was no hiding underneath, he looked up like this, and directly glanced at the asterisk. That, little girl, is your family very poor? How do you dress so tattered? Even, no, you a trembling tornado? He reacted for a while, and finally recognized the trembling tornado. He was really frightened just now, with such obvious characteristics, superpowers, green curly-haired lowly, not wearing a hem, he didn't recognize it immediately. Tornado. You killed the weirdo. Who made you waste your energy? The shuddering tornado glanced at the vaccine man who had become minced meat, stuck his waist, and asked angrily. What? Wang Feng's attitude towards Tornado is confused. When did he provoke her? Click. Click. At this moment, the sound of the eggshell being broken came from the corpse of the vaccine man. What sound? He ignored the tornado and looked curiously at the pile of asterisk minced meat. Grumbling. An egg stained with dark blue blood and slightly larger than a basketball rolled down. The egg was covered with cracks. These cracks were like spider webs and were expanding and extending, as if a little life was about to break from inside. Out of the shell. Hey, did you listen to me seriously? You golden retriever, you ignore this lady so much. This lady is going to fight with you. How can you waste your energy here? So even if I win you, no one will be convinced. Tornado said inexplicably angrily. Wang Fengli also ignored it, but stared at the egg with interest. Ding, there are convertible cards nearby, please go to the host to convert. The system's prompt sound is so annoying, as long as he does not complete the conversion, the prompt will be endless. Click, click, bomb. There was a slight sound of smashing the eggshell, and a snail tentacles like a thin mushroom appeared on the broken eggshell, and at the same time, the dark blue skin was also revealed. Is it a small vaccine person? Wang Feng's eyes lit up. If it is really a small vaccine person, there will be an impulse to adopt in his heart. What? Is it weird? First, although it is rare for humans to adopt weird people, there are many such cases. For example, many high-level members of the Heroes Association have weird pets, and the Keno's Takoyaki shop in the future Evolution House, the Mosquito Girl and the Armored Gorilla are the same. As a shop assistant to entertain customers, he adopts weird people. At most as rare as the rich second generation who raise crocodiles and tigers on the earth, and there is no moral and legal hindrance. Secondly, vaccine people have no less wisdom than humans. In other words, small vaccine people also have the same wisdom as humans. As long as they are well trained, they can definitely be used for their own use. Third, the vaccine man is too similar to the big devil in Dragon Ball. Reading www.uakanshu.com. Bic has a big trick called the explosive magic wave, which is actually similar to the energy bomb of the vaccine man. Moreover, the big devil Piccolo would spat eggs before he died to produce the next generation, and the vaccine people also left the eggs that gave birth to offspring before death. The settings of the two were too similar. He even guessed that the vaccine people were forgiving. After the green fever, I disliked my original green skin, so I changed my skin to play. Therefore, he has the urge to adopt a vaccine person. He wants to transfer the vaccine person to the big devil. Think about going out by himself in the future, with a bodyguard of the big devil behind him. He meets, "What are you looking at?" and "What are you looking at?" In this situation, Big Demon King Piccolo threw an energy bomb over and blasted the guy who talked back into dregs with a bang. People blocked killing, gods blocked killing gods. The sourness was simply incredible. Thinking about it this way, he couldn't help showing a happy smile. His eyes softened when he looked at the vaccine man Dan Dan. Boom. However, a green light suddenly came, and a 3-meter-sized building slab stone hit the little vaccine man's egg. The little vaccine man's birth journey came to an abrupt end. The eggshell was broken and the dark blue blood slowly flowed. There was only a pile of minced meat left on the ground, where there were small vaccine men. Wang Feng was blank, and he couldn't help but spit out 2 words, "I'm grass." The smashed slate is not only a small vaccine man, but also his ultimate fantasy of the big devil. Cry. HMPH, I told you not to listen to my old lady. Tornado proudly raised her head, I will let you go this time, and when you rest and regain your strength, we will fight again, hum. After that, an inexplicable green light appeared on her body, who? It gallops into the distance, turns into small dots, and then disappears. Dragon roll, I hate you. You give me back the Demon King Piccolo. Wang Feng roared sadly. Chapter 13. Double Yoke. Grumbling. Just as Wang Feng was in grief and indignation, another egg rolled on the corpse of the vaccine man's ground meat. However, this egg did not crack like the one just now, but was intact, like the Jurassic. The dinosaur eggs in the park are the same size. Ha! Double yolk eggs, ah, are they 2 eggs? Wang Feng couldn't help himself. He glanced up and down, but he didn't find the tornado. It's safe. After putting the unconscious little the ground, he opened his backpack, pulled out the clothes inside, and came over with the vaccine egg, wiped it carefully with the clothes, and put it in the backpack to hide. Haha, tornado, you stinky girl, I didn't expect I still have an egg, right? Wang Feng carried his backpack, triumphantly, a man will have 2 eggs. This is not the old man of tornado. The girl can understand. In addition to the complete vaccine human egg, he reached out and touched the vaccine man's minced meat, and found a 4-star card, Vaccine Man, which made him almost jumped up in surprise. He originally thought that the vaccine man was just a ghost. Weird, it may be a 3-star card, but he did not expect to jump to 4-star. He hurriedly opened the card storage cell. There were 3 cards in it, 2 of which were soda card weirdos, and the third was the vaccine man card that he had just collected. Vaccine people card. Background. Because humans continue to pollute the environment, in order to obliterate humans and the harmful civilization created by humans, weird people born by the will of the earth. Skills. 1. Explosive energy bomb. Gather the surrounding energy and launch an energy bomb like a laser cannon. 2. Strengthen the transformation. Strengthen one's own abilities and make the power of one's skills even higher. 3. Flying. As the messenger of the earth, you can fly freely in the earth. Although there are only 3 skills, but all 3 skills are good, worthy of being an ambassador of the earth environment, not bad. After this trip, Wang Feng nodded in satisfaction, drew out a rare 4-star card, and picked up another big devil egg, a great harvest in his life. Ding! Congratulations to the host for collecting rare weird cards. As a reward, the host will return to a full state. The boosting sound of the system sounded again. Huh. Is there such a benefit? Wang Feng was stunned slightly, and his exhaustion was wiped out. He was refreshed. Ha! There are additional small rewards for collecting 4-star cards. Although it is not very useful, it is quite comfortable. Ding! There are convertible cards nearby, please go to the host to convert. Hey, I have obviously drawn out the card of the vaccine man, where are there any weird cards that can be converted? He heard the system prompts still not stopping, he was taken aback for a moment, his brows frowned slightly, and he glanced at the pile of broken eggshells. Could it be, the little vaccine man can also be converted into a card? His eyes lit up and he reached out and touched the eggshell. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for obtaining a 1-star card little vaccine man. Ha! Sure enough. He couldn't help but enjoy himself, checking the attributes of the little vaccine man card with joy. Little vaccine card. Background. The vaccine man was conceived before his death. Skills. 1. Explosive energy bomb. Gather the surrounding energy and launch an energy bomb like a laser cannon. 2. Strengthen the transformation. Strengthen one's own abilities and make the power of one's skills even higher. 3. Flying. As the messenger of the earth, you can fly freely in the earth. The skills are exactly the same as those of the vaccine man, worthy of being a father and son, but their power may be very different. For example, an energy bomb of a vaccine man may be equivalent to the power of a missile, while a small vaccine man's energy bomb has only the power of a grenade. Far. Hoo. After checking the attributes of the little vaccine man card, Wang Feng picked up the little girl again. At this time, Tornado went back to report his incident, and the association sent a helicopter to pick him up. What? You said King killed that ghost-level weirdo. In the headquarters of the Heroes Association, the shivering tornado had already returned to the headquarters by virtue of its extremely fast flying ability, and simply told Sichi about the king and the vaccine man's situation. Tornado saw the surprised look of Ziki, held his chest and raised his head, proudly said, "Huh, what's so great? If it's me, I can crush the weirdo into meat pie with a wave of my hand. It's great, it's worthy of being king." He came out and wiped out the weirdo. We were still discussing whether to raise the level of the weirdo from ghost to dragon. I didn't expect the weirdo to be killed by the king in a blink of an eye. King, the strongest man on the surface, worthy of the name. The staff of the operation department laughed and admired King. Hey, do you guys listen to me well? Tornado said to herself for a while, and suddenly realized that everyone was celebrating the weirdo being eliminated by King, and completely ignored her existence. She raised her palm angrily, and the machines, chairs, notebooks and other items in the war department floated. Stand up. Little dragon scroll, calm. Ziki touched a cold sweat, and persuaded with all his heart. Torn scroll, you are the ultimate weapon of our association. King is just picking up the bargain before you come. After all, King is only the best. Strong man, not the strongest. In the hearts of everyone in our association, Tornado, you are the strongest on the surface. As soon as he called, his round face was neither red nor dry, he deserved to be a high-level person, and there was no psychological burden to open his eyes and talk nonsense. HMPH, I say no proof, this time the king vaccinated waste a lot of energy. I let him go, next time I will beat him upright, let you know that I am better than him. Proudly old Lolita ripped off her abilities, and crackled all the items on the floor and scattered on the ground. Who? The rest of the staff wiped off their sweat in relief, this ant is so hard to wait on. Wang Feng personally sent the little girl to the association hospital to make sure that the little girl was only in a coma and there were no other serious problems, then he simply cleaned up his appearance and went to the Heroes Association headquarters. Stop coming. At the entrance of the headquarters of the Heroes Association, two big men in black suits stopped Wang Feng. Please take out your ID card to register, thank you. Oh. This is someone's job. Wang Feng expressed his support and took out his ID card from his pocket and handed it to the big man. Thank you for your cooperation. After receiving his ID card, the big man prepares to register. Huh. This face is. However, he took a look at the ID photo on his ID card, a blonde face with Chinese characters and 3 meritorious scars on his left face. This Nima is known as the strongest man on the surface, King. Hey, are you okay? The partner next to him saw the big man dripping with cold sweat, and pushed the big man's shoulder suspiciously. You reading www.uakanshu.com. The big man squatted and said, look it up for yourself. He handed his ID card to his companion. This is King. The companion took a look at the ID card, and almost didn't panic. Wang Feng looked at the two of them trembling all over, panicked on his firm faces, and couldn't help but wonder, what? Is there a problem with my ID card? No. The big man stood at attention abruptly and bowed deeply to Wang Feng. Master King, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you who came. It's okay, this is your normal job. If there is no problem, can I go in? The big nose of Ziki seems to be in a hurry for me. Wang Feng smiled slightly. Okay, Lord King, please. The big man respectfully opened the door. Thank you. Wang Feng thanked him, retrieved his ID card and went directly in. You're welcome, it's my honor to serve you. The big man worshipped and watched Wang Feng in excitedly. King is so friendly, not as serious as in the photo. Yeah, he is my idol. I knew he was so good at talking, so I asked him to sign him. I heard that King just wiped out the weird people who destroyed a large area of City A, and now he is returning from the scene of the battle. No wonder the king is dirty. It turned out to be fighting just now. Oh, it's a pity that you can't see the king fighting scene. It must be very exciting. Wonderful fart. With the strength of King, he has always beaten the weirdo with one punch. Where there is a wonderful battle, however, it is this terrifying strength that makes me admire him. The two big guys got together and muttered, the topic never left King. Chapter 14. Association of the Blind. King, welcome. After receiving the news of King's arrival, CIC immediately greeted him at the door. Hello, Chairman Ziki. Wang Feng looked at the round face and big nose Ziki, recalling that this guy was one of the top leaders of the Heroes Association, and he was in charge of the War Department, responsible for eliminating and resisting disasters, including weirdos and natural disasters, etc. King, let us get straight to the subject. Ziki and Wang Feng walked side by side to the conference room. That's it. Since King, you have a lot of reputation among the people and you don't have the vices of other heroes, so I asked the board of directors proposed to make you a role model for our association. After 2 hours of intense discussions, the senior executives of our association, during which reduce the number of words to 30 words for me. Wang Feng interrupted Ziki's speech with a headache. The last time he donated money was also. He was obviously only for donating money, but Ziki was able to pull out a lot of reasons and nonsense, which made him annoyed. Ziki was taken aback, and briefly said, we hope you can become a hero model and invite you to shoot public service advertisements and participate in hero promotion activities. Wang Feng pondered for a while and nodded, I have no problem. In the Heroes Association, many professional heroes have participated in the association's publicity projects. For example, the second A-level hero, Hezhong, is often pulled on the TV to perform unique tricks. He is willing to cooperate with the Heroes Association's propaganda, first, to be worthy of the nearly 100,000 yuan remuneration, and second, he is indeed too boring at home, doing nothing, just find something to do. Very good, we will arrange the promotion itinerary for you as soon as possible. Don't worry, our promotion time will be shortened as much as possible and will not delay you too much time. Ziki smiled with satisfaction. Wang Feng. Well, one aspect of my participation in propaganda is to kill time. You actually try to reduce my propaganda time as much as possible. Tease me. King. When the two were talking, a muscular man walked towards the road junction of the association building. He had a long face with a long face and a muscular knot. He was wearing a gray vest. He sturdily held a dumbbell labeled 500 kilograms in each hand and stretched up and down, 500 kilogram. For ordinary people, it is already extremely heavy, but the strong man in front of him lifts the dumbbells up and down with ease, as if holding 2 lollipops in his hands. Best. Wang Feng narrowed his eyes, and he could recognize all the S-rank heroes of the Heroes Association. In front of him, the 13th best of the S-rank hero, became stronger by exercising his muscles. Speaking of, best is a bit like Saitama. It depends on unremitting exercise to become stronger. More importantly, best is almost a punch to any weird person. Venerable best is also a type of victory. So far, he has been a one-handed victory over any weird record. Of course, best is just a move to win, which is far inferior to Saitama's punch. Therefore, he lost to King in the name of hero, but he is also domineering. The name, Venerable, is enough to see that the association treats him recognition. In addition, he is based in the Heroes Association headquarters like Tornado. There is a floor in the headquarters dedicated to him as a training base, which shows that the association attaches great importance to him. At the same time, Venerable Vest has a group of younger brothers, such as Best Veggies, Best Tigers, etc., forming one of the few hero groups in the association, Best Legion. It can be seen from all aspects that the Vestable Vest has a great position in the association and he also has a certain right to speak. Venerable Vest stared at Wang Feng, his aura increased rapidly, and he said solemnly, "King, let's have a man's battle." What? Wang Feng was taken aback. He didn't understand the meaning of Venerable Vest's words so abrupt, so he wanted to ask more clearly. Venerable Vest seriously said, "Break your wrists." What? Wang Feng is speechless. "I just want to ask you what you mean. Isn't it asking what you want to test? Moreover, the man's fight is to break his wrists. It's too childish." Ziki came forward and said, "Venerable Vest, King just came from M-City, and he is very exhausted physically and mentally, and our association has other important things to find him, so it's not convenient to compare with you." Impossible. Venerable Vest narrowed his eyes. "I have been exercising for more than 30 years, and I have already figured out the spirit, and you can judge the state of the spirit at a glance. Whether it is King's facial expression or posture, judging from it, his condition is absolutely at its peak, and there is no trace of exhaustion at all." Quote. Wang Feng curled his lips. He picked up a bargain and drew out a 4-star monster card, which was restored to a full state by the system rewards. "Of course, you can't see that I am tired." Cough. Ziki coughed slightly, and whispered in the ear of Venerable Vest, "King just solved a ghost-level monster who is qualified to be promoted to dragon level on his way here." What? Venerable Vest was taken aback and defeated a ghost-level weirdo, without any influence on his state. What kind of monster is this special? If you put it on him, although he has the confidence to eliminate ghost-level weirdos, King is definitely not so easy. Moreover, King destroys a ghost-level weirdo who is qualified to be promoted to dragon level. If he takes action, it is estimated that he will be injured a little. Will solve the battle. Thinking of this, his heart shook, and his palms shook. The dumbbells fell out of the way, and slammed them on his feet. He frowned and ignored the dumbbells. It was like him. People who become strong by exercising their muscles have long muscle strength. The level of injury from being hit by dumbbells is not worth mentioning. He stared at Wang Feng with a solemn expression. "King, you are very strong, but I will not admit defeat. Sooner or later I will defeat you. Let's go." "Welcome." Wang Feng smiled helplessly. Ziki spoke to the Venerable Vest in a very small voice, and he did not hear it. Otherwise, he would be surprised how the association put the credit for eliminating the vaccine man on him. Ziki took Wang Feng to the meeting room. After the two of them disappeared, the best of the best glanced left and right. Seeing that there was no one, his solemn expression immediately became grinning, bending over to remove the dumbbells, and holding his hands. Pain in the feet called. "Yeah. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Huh. My hero rank rose to 14th. In the meeting room, besides Sick, there were Collison, who was in charge of hero information management, Maria, who was in charge of weird information management, and others. After Wang Feng sat down, Sick immediately announced a news, that is, to rank Wang Feng's heroes. From the bottom of the S level, 16, to the 14th of the S level, 2 consecutive advancements. Ziki smiled and said, "Yes, after discussions with our association, King, you have been very active in eliminating weird people recently. At the same time, you have been active in doing good deeds. You have accumulated enough hero activity points to raise the ranking to 14th in the S rank." He looked at King and was deeply moved. In just half a month, he eliminated 4 or 5 wolf-level tiger-level weirdos, and even a ghost-level weird qualified to be promoted to dragon level, and most importantly, while fighting the weirdos, he also actively donated money to do good deeds. King is really a role model for heroes. Eliminate weird people. Good deeds. Wang Feng looked dumbfounded. Are you wrong? I haven't done it before. I did encounter a lot of weird people recently, but the Minotaur was killed by Saitama. One of the father and son of the vaccine man was blown to death by Saitama, and the other was killed by a tornado lifted a stone. Among so many weird people I encountered, none of them was killed by me. I am a good person, and I generally don't kill. If I insist on destroying weird people, there is one, that is the time I went to the streets to destroy weird people and you mistakenly thought to eliminate weird people, but that time there was no weird people at all. From start to finish, I was just a one-man show. And what the asterisk is good people and good deeds. Did I do good deeds during this time? I only remember that I destroyed a street for no reason and donated 1.3 million yuan as compensation afterwards. Is this a good thing? Is the Association of Heroes also known as the Association of the Blind? The nickname of the association should not be far away. Think about Saitama's 3 years of heroic activities, killing countless weird people, and the Heroes Association simply did not find the character Saitama. So why didn't Saitama kill so many weird people in 3 years? Please look at King. King can become an S-rank hero by several times by coincidentally appearing next to powerful weirdos who died, and was mistakenly thought by others that he punched the weirdos above the ghost level, so he won the Heroes Association's invitation letter for the hero. Of course, if Saitama kills so many weird people, King will only take up a small part of it. After all, even if the king is full of luck, he cannot take up all the good things in the world. If this is the case, then King has already become S-level first or second place, where will it hover in the back rankings? So the question is, where did Saitama kill the other weirdos? It is impossible to disappear out of thin air. If you have watched One Punch Man, you will find an interesting situation, that is, the combat effectiveness of some high-ranking heroes in actual combat obviously does not match the hero ranking. It gives people the feeling that large parallel imports. That's right, Saitama's achievements in killing weirdos in 3 years were shared by many heroes. In the seed side of One Punch Man, after reading www.uikinshu.com, Saitama killed a weirdo, he patted his **** and left. The weird people were not dealt with, and there were no citizen witnesses around. Later, the 2 C-rank heroes, the Cross Key and the Morning Sling, took the credit. After reporting their achievements, the 2 of them even added their enthusiasm to explain how they killed the weird. Claimed the credit for killing the weirdo. From the 3 examples of King, Cross Key and Morning Sling, it can be seen that the reason why Saitama has killed countless weirdos within 3 years has not been discovered, because his achievements in killing weirds are based on others, which leads him to engage in after 3 years of heroic activities, he remained silent, but the king, who had picked up several credits, became famous and became a well-known S-rank hero, and even gained the title of king. I have to say that there are a lot of nasty things in the Heroes Association. The so-called Justice Messengers heroes also have a lot of worms. Of course, King is one of them, haha. The reason why King is not hated by others is that he has never taken the initiative to claim Saitama's credit. It was the misunderstanding of others that caused him to be misunderstood as the strongest man on the surface. After he became an S-rank hero, he was unable to get from the Heroes Association. To get out of this vortex, every time he participates in a hero rally, he is frightened and cautious. Chaos thoughts flowed through Wang Feng's heart. He looked at other senior leaders of the association on the conference table and raised his hand and said, I'm telling something, all the weird people you certified were not killed by me. I am a good person. I generally don't kill. Ziki and all the senior leaders of the association looked at Wang Feng in a daze. Collison, who was in charge of managing hero information, picked up a pen and added another item to King's evaluation sheet. Be humble, low-key, and not pushy. Quote. Chapter 15. This gift has expired. Regardless, Wang Feng accepted the association's suggestion and was willing to participate in certain heroic propaganda activities organized by the association and to cooperate with the association in shooting publicity advertisements. However, the hero model project has just been finalized, and the related activities and advertisements have not been planned. The association asked Wang Feng to return to M City and wait for a few days. Wang Feng had no objection to this. He took the train detour back to City M. When he arrived at City M, it was getting late. After he left the train station, he walked home. Post office. On the way home, there was a post office. When he saw the post office, he couldn't help but remember that Saitama had rescued him 3 times, but he never said, "Thank you," to Saitama, which was ashamed. Send some gifts to Saitama as a thank you. He thought about it, and now he dare not go to Z City for the time being, and cannot thank Saitama face to face, so the gift he deserves must be no less. What is Saitama missing? Obviously, Saitama is very short of money. Because of his poverty, he is particularly concerned about supermarket sales, and even developed a very powerful skill, secret skill special punch. It is said that no stranger can escape from this trick. And because Wang Feng has taken up Saitama's credit, he is paid nearly 100,000 yuan a month, and his life is worry-free. In such a comparison, how does he feel that he owes Saitama tens of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars? Con. He touched his bank card, and it contained the 1.5 million yuan of the association's new money. He already knows what gift to post to Saitama. However, now that the bank is off work, the ATM function is limited in cash, and large withdrawals can only wait for the bank to work tomorrow. Oh, the streets are repaired so fast. After a day of rush repairs, the street in front of him has begun to pave cement. Speaking of which, the construction of this world is fast. The 2 cities B and D were later destroyed, but the reconstruction work only took a few months. Reappearing the original glory, the flying speed of construction is enough to make countless modern construction companies ashamed. After returning home, he glanced at the second floor that was unrepaired, stretched his waist, too lazy to deal with it, and waited for tomorrow to call someone to sort it out. He put down the backpack, carefully took out the vaccine human egg and put it on the sofa, and looked intact. However, there was no movement of the vaccine human egg. He was in trouble. How can the egg hatch? Break it directly. Or find a hen to sit on it. Or use modern technology, lighting with a flashlight until it hatches. Alas, if you can't incubate, then Piccolo's fantasy will be completely disillusioned. There was a flash of inspiration in his mind, a slight smile, turned on his computer, logged on to the Tianya forum account, and opened a post in the pet forum module. I picked up a strange big egg, which is bigger than an ostrich egg. How do I hatch it? This egg. Vaccine human egg is about 20 centimeters long and 10 centimeters wide, which is much larger than an ostrich egg. His post has just been posted, and someone immediately replied. Bullfrog loves spider girl. If an egg cannot hatch, then I will teach you a way. Cook it. Quote. Wang Feng's face turned dark. This is a good idea, but he didn't dare to eat. Saitama often eats weird people. Who knows if he is bald because of eating indiscriminately. He didn't dare to bet anyway. Bitter and brother never meet. The baby in the egg is reluctant to come out because of lack of maternal love. Just give a hug to show kindness. The corner of Wang Feng's mouth twitched. Eldest brother, do you want to be so unreliable? Close your eyes and talk nonsense. He can't hatch when he is born. Maybe the baby hasn't played enough on the slide, so plug it back and try again. Wang Feng slapped his forehead. Hemp egg, how can such a big ball be pushed back? Do you want me to be crippled and hurt all over the floor? Also, am I visiting the pet forum? Why do I feel so yellow? From the screen name to the speech, Wangdi was in a mess. Alas, netizens are totally unreliable. He turned off the forum and went to the web to search for the incubation process of eggs and ostrich eggs, and the answer was only an incubator is needed. It's all right, I will go to the bank to withdraw the money tomorrow and mail it to Saitama, and buy an incubator by the way. The next morning, Wang Feng got up early and pulled out a suitcase from the storage room. 1.5 million is not a small amount. If it is mailed, a small suitcase can be used to fit it. He wiped the suitcase clean, took the bank card, and carefully hid the vaccine egg before leaving the house with confidence. There is no country in the world of One Punch Man. There is only one coalition government, which is equivalent to the United Nations of the world. It manages 26 cities. Similarly, the banks are not divided into construction, agriculture, and commercial banks. There is only one ABC World Bank. Wang Feng came to the bank to withdraw money. After going through a series of procedures, he successfully took the money out, stuffed it into the suitcase, dragged the suitcase to buy the incubator, and bought some other things and stuffed it into the suitcase. Finally, seeing that the time was almost up, he dragged the suitcase full of ground by him to the post. Sir, please fill in the mailing slip. Okay. Wang Feng picked up the pen and wrote down the address of the recipient Saitama and the Saitama family, Unmanned Street in Z City. Filled in. He handed over the mailed items, watched the postman pack them, and left with satisfaction. After returning home, he immediately moved the incubator into the storage room, put the vaccine egg in it, plugged in the power source, turned on the switch button according to the tutorial, and waited. Then, he called the relevant company to clean up the house. As for the floor of the second floor, there was no need to repair it. For one thing, it was troublesome. Secondly, he didn't need 2 floors by himself, so he simply lived on the first floor to save trouble. Of course, some of the materials related to the identity have already been collected by him, otherwise people will know that this is the address of King, is it not being harassed every day? 5 days passed in a hurry. City Z, Unmanned Street, in front of an apartment. Chi. The car brakes sounded. Click. Open the door. Boom. A heavy package was dropped. Saitama, your package has arrived. The postman shouted. Buzzing. The car engine starts. With a kick of the accelerator, the post office car left quickly. From stopping to leaving, they didn't stay for more than a minute, as if there was a ghost in this place. Saitama heard someone call his name and opened the door to take a look. The person was nowhere to be seen, and there was only one still shaking package downstairs. My mail. He scratched his face with a finger, and there was a gleam of light flashing over his head as bald as a light bulb. He jumped down from the 3rd floor, walked to the front of the parcel, and looked at the parcel with the recipient Saitama written on it. Who mailed the package to me? He dangled his own dead fish eyes and tilted his head in confusion. After half a second, he gave up, because he was always alone, without friends or relatives. How could he think of who the mailer was? In this respect, he is very similar to King. He is also a lonely person. He is also standing on the peak of humanity. King is the peak of fame and Saitama is the peak of strength. The two people are also at the same height. Base. Chi. He removed the outer packaging of the package, revealing the bulging suitcase, and curiously unzipped the suitcase. He lifted the outer shell of the suitcase. This is the supermarket sale leaflet. Saitama had a dull and cute face. That's right, the suitcase was stuffed with a bunch of supermarket sale leaflets, and a note was pressed on the leaflet. The content of the note: Dear Saitama, thank you very much for saving my life twice. You deserve the money. Please forgive me for not being able to come to my door to thank you in person for the time being. I will definitely treat you to hot pot when I have the opportunity in the future. Add the kind of kelp, because I heard that kelp helps to grow hair, and finally, thank you again for your life-saving grace. Signature. Handsome guy with hair. Are you a fan? Saitama's eyes lit up and he read it several times with relish. He said to himself with joy, if there were no signers and the phrase kelp helps to grow hair, this thank you letter would be perfect. He carefully collected the note. This was the first thank you letter he received in his life. Even though kelp helps to grow hair, and the inscription, handsome guy with hair, were a bit dazzling, they are still very commemorative. Supermarket sale leaflet. Saitama picked up a supermarket sale leaflet, glanced at it, and sighed. It's overdue, if it will be better soon. He reluctantly closed the suitcase and he reluctantly closed the suitcase. After reading a few supermarket sale leaflets, there are good things such as special chicken legs, special cabbage and special lobster. What made him regret is that the special sale of the leaflet is limited to yesterday, that is to say, the special sale has passed. Wow! He re-zipped the suitcase and placed it in the corner. Although the supermarket sale leaflet has expired, it is after all the first thank you gift he has received since he has been engaged in hero activities for 3 years. He is reluctant to throw it away. Well, By the way, does kelp really help grow hair? Now, next time, pay attention to see which supermarket has kelp in the sale. Huh. The mail package was finally delivered to Saitama. The mailing efficiency of the post office is too low. It took half a day to reading www.uikonshu.com to deliver the package in 5 days. This tortoise is killing people. Wang Feng was bored at home, logged on the official website of the post office, entered the postal number, saw that the package had been signed for, and the corners of his mouth twitched. These 5 days have passed, the supermarket sale leaflet has expired, right? Alas, withdrawing on the same day, he did not expect that the bank stipulated that the maximum daily withdrawal amount is only 50,000 yuan. There is no way. In order not to appear embarrassed, he deliberately collected some supermarket sale leaflets from major cities and stuffed them into the suitcase. The 50,000 yuan came out under the leaflet. The reason for putting the cash under it was to prevent the postman from being greedy. Although the supermarket sale leaflet has expired, the 60,000 yuan is enough for Saitama to live for a while. Wang Fengxian breathed a sigh of relief and got up to go out. The Heroes Association's hero advertising shooting plan has been put on the agenda. Wang Feng received a call and chose M City as the location for the advertising shooting. The advertising shooting team has arrived in M City to look for him and prepare him. He has no objection to this. Anyway, it is boring. It's better to find something meaningful. According to Ziki, this time I shoot 2 hero-themed advertisements, one focusing on passion and the other focusing on passion. Thinking about it carefully, he was a little excited inexplicably. Sneezes. Saitama, who was wearing yellow Superman clothes, sneezed inexplicably. He touched his nose and shook his head questioningly. Is anyone talking about me? He glanced at the suitcase placed under the corner, and his heart was immediately full of energy. I have fans too. Leather suitcase. You really don't plan to look at me again. 50,000 yuan. Brother, I respect you as a man who actually regards money as dung. Later, when Saitama learned the truth about the suitcase, he hung a dead fish eye in a daze. MMP. Chapter 16. Propaganda of Passionate Heroes. Boom. A big hole broke through the wall of the refuge in an instant, and a tall figure stood vaguely in the floating smoke. Click. The figure walks step by step, through the dust, revealing its full appearance. It is an intelligent robot. It is more than 5 meters tall and exudes a metallic luster. It is carrying 2 rocket launchers. It's a god-level weirdo Terminator. Everyone, run away. Help, who can help me? The citizens who had taken refuge were in panic and screamed loudly. Boom. The rocket launcher on the robot's shoulders violently fired, a shell blasted into the refuge, the wall collapsed, and the fire was everywhere. Hey, stop. Walked out a figure in the firelight, and the cold voice passed through the sparks, cold eyes, indifferent expression, cold aura. It's a king, an S-class hero king. What about the king? The opponent is a god-level weird. No matter how strong the king is, he can't beat the opponent. If he comes, he will only die for nothing. It is better to run away and save his life. King, you run fast and keep your strength to do more meaningful things. The citizens who were pressed down by the wall yelled. Escape. Wang Feng twitched his mouth and said with a grin, if the hero escapes, who will fight? He stared directly at the robot, and the over-the-air dubbing, tutu tutu tutu, sounded in due course. This sound is, the Imperial engine. King, has entered a state of combat. He can obviously run away, why should he stay and die? The citizens stared at the tall figure in confusion. For what? He is for us. A young man bitterly smashed his severely twisted leg with both hands, crying loudly, King is for the incompetent as, knowing that he will die, he has no hesitation, because he is a hero who stands in front of us and protects us from wind and rain. Hero. But with an ant, I can mash him with one fist. The robot seemed to have heard the funniest joke in the world. Wang Feng quietly looked at the laughing robot, and said lightly, have you laughed enough? The robot stared at Wang Feng fiercely, shit hero, go to hell. He slammed a punch and hit Wang Feng. Boom. Wang Feng flew out and crashed a wall. Hey, King, let me end you. The robot is in a strong position and is not forgiving. It kicks on its feet and raises its fists, quickly approaching Wang Feng who has fallen to the ground. King, Be careful. The survivors yelled in horror. As a hero, it's time to tell you what to do when faced with such a thrilling scene. Wang Feng sat up, grinned suddenly, took out a pack of Huailong brand spicy strips from behind, pointed at the camera and said, "At this moment, I will eat a spicy strip to suppress my surprise." I took out a spicy strip and stuffed it into my mouth, chewed it a few times, and then swallowed it. Energy is full. Wang Feng exploded, and punched the robot. King! King! The survivors shout in unison. Wang Feng held the Huailong brand spicy stick in front of the camera. When facing danger, come with a spicy stick to suppress the shock and replenish the high-calorie energy. You can be a hero, too. Wang Feng watched the Huailong hot strip advertisement on TV at home, and hid his face. He did not dare to watch it again. His fame was ruined on this advertisement. Ziki told him that the heroic advertisement was a passionate advertisement. Fuck, eating spicy strips is indeed spicy. His blood boils, sweating profusely, and easy to get angry, but this is different from the heroic blood that I understand. He wanted to cry without tears. He knew it was this kind of advertisement. He would not shoot if he killed him. It was just that he was already riding a tiger and could only grit his teeth and bite the bullet. Well, go out to breathe, I will be depressed to death. Since filming this Huailong commercial, he hasn't been out for several days. For fear of being recognized, she pointed at him and said, "Hey, isn't that Huailong King Yao Shou?" He put on the necessary black cap, concealed his appearance, and opened the door to go out. Boom. An explosion sounded, and Wang Feng, who had just left the house, stared blankly at the collapsed wall in front of him. Outside the damaged wall, stood a robot full of blast holes. The target is found, the target is locked, the incendiary cannon is ready. The robot's outstretched palm suddenly ejected a large amount of flames. Wang Feng couldn't avoid it and was burnt upright. After a burst of flames passed, Wang Feng's clothes were burned to the ground, and only a pair of boxer briefs was left there. The target still has life characteristics, the rocket launcher is ready. The robot's eyes flashed with data and scanned the flames for a while, and the gun holes all over his body squeezed out, and yellow firelights lit up in each of the gun holes. Boom boom boom. Shoot more than a dozen rockets in a row. Damn it. Wang Feng crossed his arms to block his face, and the rocket launcher arrived in the blink of an eye, and all bombarded him. Boom. Boom. There was a burst of explosions, and the house turned into a ruin. Wang Feng stood up from the ruins out of breath, scorched all over. He stared at the robot coldly, and shouted, "Who are you? Who sent you?" Quote. The target is not dead, the nuclear battery self-explosion system is activated. Blowed. Wang Feng was startled and prepared to avoid him, but the robot rushed over and hugged him one step earlier. After you read www.uakanshu.com for half a second. Boom. Looking from afar, a mushroom cloud rose into the sky. Asshole. After the smoke passed, Wang Feng stood steadily on the ruins and stared at a pile of tattered robots. His expression was solemn. His clothes had been burned out, only a pair of underpants cover that was still intact after burning cannons, rocket launchers, and nuclear energy explosions. At this time, an over-the-picture sound was interrupted. Nice are still intact no matter what fire is exposed to them. They are the that heroes can always rely on. Nice are durable, breathable and refreshing. They are really nice, beautiful meaning panties. What? Wang Feng, who had just opened the door and was about to go out, suddenly heard the advertisement broadcast on the TV without turning off his back. He staggered under his feet, and instantly became irresistible. According to the two advertisements proposed by the Heroes Association, one is a passionate advertisement, facts. It's a spicy advertisement, and the other is a passionate advertisement. Isn't the advertisement passionate enough? Well, the Association of Heroes, Ziki, I remember you, don't let me take the opportunity, otherwise you will vomit blood. He held the door and felt as uncomfortable as if he had eaten a dead fly. He was hurting his liver and gallbladder, and he was vomiting blood in his heart. Unmanned street in Z City. Saitama lay leaning on his bed, staring at the NE's advertisement on TV. Seeing the NE's **** that Wang Feng wears in the advertisement was still okay after being bombarded by artillery fire several times, he hung his eyes and scratched. Tickles his crotch, muttering to himself, "That man's underwear is so strong. I really want one. I don't know if the supermarket that sells nice underwear has special sales activities." Saitama met Wang Feng for the first time in his life, and it was actually from the underwear advertisement, which, it was a bit embarrassing. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel Chapter 17. Let's have a good fight. Hey, King, we have arranged the itinerary for the hero promotion activities. Is it convenient for you to come over these few days? Ziki, if I let me pick up advertisements for that kind of product in the future, I will blow you to dust. Also, I'm upset these few days and I don't have time. In a few short sentences, the call between Wang Feng and Shi Qi ended immediately. Well, if this hero promotion is for film promotion or company promotion, I will definitely kick Ziki's big nose. Wang Feng's Weilong hot strip advertisement and nice underwear advertisements taken 2 days ago have been popular in 26 cities. Countless men, women and children always take hot strips with them when they take to the streets. When weirdos appear, they did not scream and did not run away, but calmly ate the spicy strips and was shocked. What's more, some people actually believed that nice underwear was better than body armor. They wore nice underwear and looked for weirdos desperately. Of course, the ending was naturally horrible. Alas, this is the tragedy of the inconsistency between advertising and products. However, there is no advertising law in this world, and no one manages the nonsense advertising industry. Faced with this situation, Wang Feng went on M-City TV that night to tell everyone not to believe in advertisements. Spicy strips do not actually have the function of replenishing energy, and Nice also cannot resist the rocket launcher, allowing everyone to shop wisely. Even so, Weilong, spicy strips and nice underwear are still popular among mankind, and the sales of the two companies are rising. Other companies are jealous when seeing this magical situation, and they have asked the Heroes Association to pay and contribute. King helped to shoot the advertisement. The Heroes Association wanted to make money, but Wang Feng had already spoken. They didn't dare to challenge Wang Feng's bottom line, so they reluctantly rejected the offer from the merchants, and at the same time actively recommended other heroes and inquired from the merchants. Don't say, there are really many businessmen looking for other heroes to endorse their products. Although they do not have the sensational effect of Wang Feng, they have also played a certain role and increased a lot of sales. The professional heroes of the Heroes Association have become a new profession, combining the characteristics of many traditional professions such as celebrities and police officers. They form a family, that is, they have a group of fans like celebrities. For example, Genos will often receive a box of fans in the future. Shin, like celebrities, is well known and even endorses products, and at the same time, it has the responsibility of policemen and soldiers to eliminate weird people and resist disasters. It has its own characteristics. C-level heroes will actively do good deeds and draw closer relations with the people. In short, heroes have become a new and popular profession. Many young people are eager to become heroes. Unfortunately, the heroic assessment of the Heroes Association has become more and more strict, resulting in the number of heroes has not been raised. 6 examination rooms are held every half-month. The selection of heroes started from the first hero selection exam. It has reached the 51st session. More and more people are taking the exam. The 51st session has reached more than 10,000 people. However, very few people can pass. In each assessment, only 2 or 3 people can become heroes, and even some of them are all unqualified. This kind of assessment system is already very strict. However, the Heroes Association believes that it is not enough and continues to increase the difficulty of the assessment. It is conceivable that the people who can pass the assessment in the future will definitely be human elites. Cut. I'm so depressed, go out for a walk. Before going out, Wang Feng observed the vaccine human egg, and found that after a few days, there was still no movement, and he didn't know if it was a dead egg. Supermarket sale, Weilong spicy strips, come buy it. We have a new batch of nice underwear in the Pingyi store, and welcome everyone to come and buy. Buy a pair of nice underwear and give a poster of King wearing only pants. Girls, pass by, don't miss it, buy it back and kneel and lick. When Wang Feng went out on the street, he was immediately dumbfounded. The street was full of Wylong spicy strips and nice underwear. He knew that his two advertisements caused a sensation. He never expected that it would become so popular. This kind of phenomenon, well, the phenomenon level advertisement, King Hot-Blooded Hot Strip and King Passionate Panties. A middle and second year young man on the street, chewing on a spicy strip and shouting loudly, if the hero escapes, then who will fight? Wang Feng's plagiarism of Saitama has become popular, and it has become a slogan that teenagers must chant before a fight. The original passionate sentence has become full of second-year aura. Wow, King is so cool, so cool. A young girl came out of the underwear shop with a bag in her hand. On it was the nice logo, filled down pointing triangle, an inverted triangle, and at the same time she was holding a poster. It was King standing in the ruins only wearing underwear, coldly. The expression is highly sought after by women. Wang Feng was full of black lines watching the girl with her eyes glowing as if she had won a treasure, staring at the honey bulge on the King's asterisk 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 in the poster, little sister, where do you look? Uncle, I'm also a person who wants a face. Oh, the world is getting worse. He shook his head and sighed with compassion. This little sister, give me your panties. Just as Wang Feng was about to leave, a rough voice came. He looked back and saw that an enlarged version of the boxer briefs was refined. A face was printed on the underwear, with thick eyebrows and big eyes, and a wide-nosed sausage mouth. Rough, full of limbs, hands with gloves, oh no, a closer look at the briefs, wearing flip-flops under the feet, hey, fucking, look dazzling, not flip-flops, but T-shaped pants, on the head wearing a turban hat, it seems to be a pair of square briefs, I wipe it, then, the brand symbol is an inverted triangle nice. Is this, the underpants weird? Huh. Weird. The girl who bought nice underwear just made a loud scream. Immediately, she unfolded the poster and shouted, King husband, please protect me. Wang Feng. Is there really such a naive person in the world? Do you think his portrait can ward off evil spirits? If so, what else does the hero do? Simply post a portrait of him in front of everyone's door, then the world will be peaceful. Ah, idle. However, when the weird underpants saw the king's portrait, his eyes widened and shone brightly, covering his face with his hands, screaming excitedly and shyly like a star chaser. Quote. Weird things happen every year, and this year is so many. Oh, I still have weird fans. Wang Feng touched the tip of his nose, and he couldn't laugh or cry. Emergency notification, citizens of City M, please be aware that there is an underpants weird in the commercial street, and the evaluation level is wolf. Until the weird is eliminated, please do not approach, please do not approach. The Association Geek Siren of M City issued a notification. Huh. The weirdo is here, run. Come on, let's be shocked. Don't be afraid, I have nice underwear, his injury is not effective for me. Hearing the announcement from the Heroes Association in the busy commercial street, he immediately got confused and ran away with a shriek. Reading www. Uakanshu.com. Seeing that you are also a fan of Lord King, I will let you go. After seeing the poster of the King character, Underpants Weird showed mercy and let the girl go. Thank you for your protection, husband King. The girl kissed the portrait of King in surprise. It's okay. The problem is girl, where do you put your mouth? Can you be more serious? Brother is also a person with a face and a face. If you do this, I don't want face. Hey, guy in the peaked cap, hand over your panties. The pedestrians on the street ran away, leaving only Wang Feng, who was not moving. If he were the previous one, he would have ran away early, but now he is holding two 2-star cards and a 4-star card, he will be afraid of one. Wolf level weirdo. He already has the capital and doesn't have to run away. Since he came into this world, he always runs away every time he meets a weird person. It's too shameful. He is also a hot-blooded man, and he is also looking forward to a thrilling battle. This time. Let me have a good fight. The corner of Wang Feng's mouth hidden under his peaked cap was hooked, and his whole body cells became excited. Is the first battle in his life finally coming? Then, which card should I use to end you? Panties. Thunder and lightning strike. A sudden roar sounded from behind the weird underpants, and an iron rod with an electric arc slammed on the back of the weird underpants. What? The weird cried out in pain, staggered to the ground, convulsed and numb all over, like a Parkinson's disease. Hey, Co. The assailant made the sentence triumphantly. Wang Feng silently glanced at the attacker and the underpants weird who had no combat effectiveness, and the corner of his mouth twitched. Grass. The excitement in his body drifted lonely with the wind. Chapter 18. King is so powerful. You are. Wang Feng looked at the guy who ruined his first fight in front of him. He was young and he was wearing a red insulated tights, with a thunder symbol on his chest, carrying a large brand name battery Nanfu, and wearing a red miner's lamp. There is a wire behind the cap. The miner's lamp is connected to the battery. The miner's lamp on the cap emits a faint green light. He should be a hero. However, he only knows S-rank heroes and a small number of ABC heroes. The coquettish guy in front of him is obviously not in his memory. Inside. The guy snortedly read the confession he prepared specially. On the night of thunder and lightning, I was conceived, holding the thunder in my left hand, and the lightning in my right hand. From then on, I am in charge of the thunder and lightning. I am Thunder God. Wang Feng interrupted. No, I am the 66th rank B hero Raiden Kid. Raiden Kid raised his head and chest, trying to make himself look tall and mighty, so that he can accept Wang Feng's worship. Oh. Unfortunately, Wang Feng only has one word. The thunder and lightning boy looked at Wang Feng sideways. Hey, do you have anything else to say? For example, you are amazing, you are so handsome, etc. Others. Wang Feng blinked his eyes and pointed to the note in Raiden Boy's palm. Thank you, please remember the lines next time you play. Huh. The Raiden Kid smiled awkwardly. Ahem, this is the essay I just asked someone to rewrite. I didn't remember it for a while. Sorry, there will be no such mistake next time. Can you take a picture of me? Send the photo to your circle of friends to promote it for me. Excuse me, I have lost a bit of popularity recently. Quote. Wang Feng is speechless, he is worthy of being a professional hero, and he has to promote his popularity. Okay, you pose. He has always been very happy to do the little things of giving roses to others and leaving the fragrance in his hands. Okay, thank you. The Thunder Boy bowed to Wang Feng excitedly. I will use my trick thunder and lightning slash, to kill this weird in a moment. Please help me to capture the way of my handsome move. Oh, don't shoot the scenes. That will affect my Sunshine Boy's personality. Thank you. He carefully asked Wang Feng to take precautions for taking pictures. Have professional heroes been so hard? There is so much attention to taking a picture of a monster killer. Wang Feng sighed lightly, and took out his phone to turn on the camera function. Raiden Kid raised his electric baton that resembled an eyebrow stick and said, Sir, please get ready, I'm going to make a move. An electric arc flashed on his electric baton. Wait a minute, I have something to say. The weird who twitched on the ground from time to time yelled, Let me introduce myself. Excuse me, this article does not allow the number of words to be dragged, so please go to death. Thunder and lightning. The Raiden Kid had a stern expression, sharp eyes, a perfect arc of sneer at the corners of his mouth, his body squatted slightly, the electric baton held high, and the arc flickered fiercely. After holding this position for 10 seconds, he raised his head and asked Wang Feng, have you been photographed? Quote. Okay. Wang Feng made an okay gesture to indicate that everything is done. Okay, now, let me end you, underpants freak. Raiden Kid finally got real this time, the electric baton in his hand was shining with thunder and lightning. Seeing that, it was definitely high voltage electric strength. Who ends and who is not necessarily. Underpants soar into the sky. However, the underpants weird who had been lying on the ground pretending to be a passerby suddenly sneered, and his palm was suddenly clenched into a fist and hooked upward. Boom. The Thunderboy snorted and staggered backwards 2 steps. He coughed a few times, then eased his breath, and looked at the underpants weird in surprise. Ahem, I didn't expect you to recover so quickly. Hey, the bigger surprise is behind. The weird underpants gave a weird laugh, rushed towards the Thunderboy, and at the same time yelled, Quick punch in briefs. His fist screamed, and attacked the Thunderboy. Idiot, I can power you once, and I can power you twice, so I dared to rush over and find death. Thunderbolt Kid's eyes flashed with a fine light, and he smiled coldly, clenched the electric baton in his hand, and the Nanfu battery behind it was sending electricity to the electric baton at a high speed, 10,000 volts. He slammed the electric baton at the underpants weird, the light on it was dazzling, and the arc flickered. Phew! Unexpectedly, the underpants freak did not dodge, and directly grabbed the electric baton with one hand. I'm looking for death. A hint of joy flashed in Raiden's eyes. Boom. 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 A few muffled noises sounded, and Raiden's body was suddenly bent like a cooked lobster, staggering backwards, his eyes widened in shock, and he cried out inconceivably, how could you be okay? Hey! The weird chuckled. Idiot, which pair of have you ever seen conduct electricity? My uncle was just teasing you just now, you actually thought you could kill my uncle. So that's the case. The Raiden kid breathed a few breaths, his body tight, since the thunder and lightning are useless to you, then see the truth under your hand. He can rush to such a high ranking of the B-rank hero, mainly relying on this sound electric equipment. The actual force is ordinary. I am afraid only the level of AC rank hero, so after the lightning failure, his combat effectiveness will at least drop by more than half. Hey, boxers keep making fists. The fists of the underpants weird became faster and faster, and even a ghost appeared in Wang Feng's eyes. After a while, he even saw the shadows of a dozen fists. The Raiden boy steadily waved his electric baton to block his fists, and fought back and forth with the underpants weird. The scene was once evenly matched. After a while, the weird chuckled and shouted in his heart, Lore, original panties. He opened his mouth, and a smell of smelly that was so strong that the color was visible instantly wafted out. Raiden Kid accidentally took a bite in, the rich seafood flavor. He suddenly became stiff, his face turned red and then purple, and finally turned blue, and he fell straight down. His eyes were dull, his mouth was foaming, auditory hallucinations appeared, and the miner's lamp on his head changed from green light. It turns into a red light, indicating that the battery is insufficient. This kind of Brawny's original underwear is too powerful and cruel at the same time. It's over, hero. Underpants weird laughed, and the T-shaped river crab pants under his feet were automatically rolled up and turned into a sharp awl. He lifted his foot backwards to accumulate energy, preparing to kill the Thunder Boy. Hey, have you played enough? A faint voice came from behind it. The weird man in underwear was startled, he turned his side slightly, and looked at Wang Feng sideways. Chatter, you haven't run yet, are you scared? Oh, run. This word has never been in my dictionary. Well, did you mean it when you said this? Wang Feng sneered. He slowly took off his white sweater and threw it aside, pinching the brim of the peaked cap with his palms, suddenly lifted the peaked cap and threw it into the sky, pointing to the weird underpants and shouting, nice, let us be passionate and passionate. Fight passionately. Huh. You are king. The weird underpants took a breath, his eyes widened, his rough face gradually reddened, and his excitement quickly rose. King. This name represents a powerful name that makes the Raiden boy who seems to be poisoned sober. King, who, king, you, me, idols, Underpants' weird face is full of fanatical worship, that is, excitement, holding his chest like a heart attack, his face is blushing, and his speech is intermittent, and finally his eyes are turned over, and his excitement is overwhelming to the level of a coma. Finally, Wang Feng, who had been passionate about himself, stared blankly at the fainted underpants weird. He was so depressed and dead. What about the fight? You were so excited that you worshipped me into a coma. What a shame, we don't have yours. What? The Raiden kid who barely recovered a bit looked at the dissatisfied Wang Feng and the fainted underpants weird in shock, and muttered to himself, the king is so powerful, and just because of his momentum, he frightened the opponent. That weird was actually scared and said, I surrendered, my god, is this the strength of the strongest man on the surface? His dissatisfaction is that his strength is too strong and he has no opponents, so he feels empty in his heart. Is this the legendary master loneliness me and him? The strength difference is tens of thousands of miles, he is really an unattainable peak. Hey hello, did you hear me wrong? The weird man in underwear said. My idol, not. I surrender. Do you think you can listen to others? Also, you wear a hard hat all day to listen to people talk, will it affect your hearing? How are you like this? How did you pass set 4? Hey, don't kill him, send it to the Association Weird Person Prison. Underpants Weird is his own fanatic fan at any rate. He is so eager that he can't bear to start with it, not to mention that the other party is still fainted because of his fanatical worship of himself. Yu reading www. Yuakanshu. Com can be regarded as a surrender of weapons. How can you make Wang Feng ashamed to take advantage of it, to take advantage of its coma and kill him? Simply let the Thunder Boy **** it to the Association Weird Prison. It is better than losing his life, as for taking it in. Sorry, he doesn't raise perverts at home, especially the pervert like collecting underwear, even if it is a fan. After Wang Feng pressed a sentence, he picked up his cap and sweater, and left boringly, ignorant of the messy thoughts in Raiden's heart. Through this incident, tell us a profound truth. Fanatical pursuit of stars is harmful to physical and mental health, so we must chase stars rationally. By the way, before, King promised to help me promote in the circle of friends. The Thunder Boy looked at Wang Feng's back figure, remembering that Wang Feng helped to take pictures just now, and he refreshed. I don't know about the inside of King's circle of friends. Who? The Trembling Tornado, Tong Di, etc. among the S-rank heroes. Oh, I'm going to show my face in front of the major S-rank heroes. Will I become a big hit overnight? Become a big hero that millions of people watch. Quote. Thinking of this, he was suddenly excited. The next day, he rummaged through all the news, none of which was about his being sent by King to Moments. His face was dumbfounded. Why is there no news? At the same time, in Wang Feng's circle of friends, there is a lonely special tweet. This is the 66th Raiden boy of the B-level hero, a good guy. The photo of Zhang Leiden boy is attached below the special tweet. However, there are 0 replies, 0 likes and 0 reposts, because Wang Feng himself is the only person in Moments from start to end. You must know that King has no friends at all, and Moments naturally have no friends, so Raiden wants to rely on him to post to Moments overnight. It's so popular, it's just whimsical. Alas, this is the so-called Master Loneliness. Chapter 19. Bad God. King. A city railway station. I hope this promotion will not be so cheating. Wang Feng walked out of the train station and saw 2 mics standing next to the galloping sedan at a glance, and walked over. King, please. The staff opened the car door and asked Wang Feng to get on the car in a low voice. Can you talk about specific events? Even if he was scammed once, Wang Feng still chose to come over to participate in the hero propaganda activities, not for anything else, just to do something within his power, worthy of his current reputation and status. The staff replied respectfully, Mr. King, hello, my name is Mike. I am responsible for assisting you in completing the hero promotion activities. According to the association's arrangement, you are on duty at the Sunflower Kindergarten in City A today to tell the children about your heroic deeds. Cultivate children's sense of justice. We often say that children represent the hope of the future. Therefore, we believe that heroes should be picked up from an early age and cultivate their correct outlook on life, values and world so that when they grow up, they can inherit the justice of our heroes. Sense and mission. Quote. Wang Feng complained in his heart. Good official answer. Sunflower Kindergarten. Kai. The car stopped and Mike guided Wang Feng into the kindergarten, security post. Ha! Wang Feng looked at the bright red, guardian post, on the top of the cabin. His face was stunned, he raised his eyebrows, his face became cold, and he looked at the staff member sideways. Are you serious? I wiped and said that I was on duty in kindergarten, but it was a security guard. Of course it is serious, this is the arrangement of the association. Are you sure you made a mistake? Definitely not. Before I came out, Minister Ziki told me that I knew it by heart. I can't go wrong. Is too much. A few days ago, the association fooled him into shooting spicy strip ads and underpants ads. He was already very popular and warned Big Nose Ziki not to make any tricks. Unexpectedly, this time it was even more so. Let him go to a kindergarten as a security guard. Heroes Association, you guys are playing with fire. HMPH, it is tolerable or unbearable. He squeezed his fist and turned around to leave. He had to go to the association headquarters to find Zeke to settle accounts. Mike. Mr. King, where are you going? I have already registered, we can go in. Ha. Log in, register. Wang Feng went stiff. Well, didn't you let me be a security guard? Hey, it seems that he did not say that he should let me be a security guard because he is too sensitive. Con. After being cheated by the association once, he no longer trusts the association in his heart, and always speculates the intention of the association with the worst thoughts. Mike explained. Mr. King, this kindergarten is very strict with regard to personnel entering and exiting. Any stranger who visits is required to show ID card scanning and verification. After passing it, they must also be registered in the register. Finally, they must be checked to avoid carrying dangerous goods, etc. Of course, we have said hello before, so we just need to register and omit the other steps. Before I set off from the headquarters, Minister Sick told me that I must follow the school's procedures and not bully others. Sichi is right, we must not do things that are bullying. I didn't expect Zeke's big nose to be reasonable. By the way, this kindergarten has such strict school rules. What about the comments from the outside world? Will they criticize them for making fuss? Ordinary schools will ask you to register at most. Where is this kindergarten where you scan your ID card, search your body, etc.? After a set of procedures, it can make people feel confused. Does this kindergarten have a lot of articles? No, it's not a fuss at all. The staff explained. There are many children in this kindergarten who are descendants of the directors of the association headquarters, and there are more than a dozen heavily armed guards deployed around them. The directors of the Heroes Association are almost all the providers of the funds of the association. The rich is the uncle. Therefore, this group of directors are also the most powerful people in the association. Well, it turned out to be the kindergarten where the directors of the association cultivates offspring. Wang Feng suddenly realized. I understand, Zeke is trying to instill the concept of heroes into the descendants of the directors. In the future, these children will be the most loyal supporters of the association. Hey, Big the Nose is a bit clever. The five of us are, the monster team. Zhu Men. Wang Feng followed the staff into the kindergarten hall. The hall was dimly lit, and the famous Hero Group TV series, Zhu Men, was displayed on the big screen in front. On the big chairs, the children watched the TV above attentively. Sure enough, whether it is on Earth or One Punch Man, for children, cartoons are the thing that attracts them the most. Master King, after the children have watched the animation, we will arrange for you to come on stage to tell some of your heroic deeds and promote the hero's sense of justice and responsibility. Understood. The appearance of Wang Feng did not attract everyone's attention, and even the teacher did not come to ask for a word. It seems that the association secretly arranged for him to come over to give a speech this time, as a surprise gift for the children. Heroic deeds. He murmured, the superhero movies he had seen in his previous life immediately popped up in his mind. If you want to tell hero stories, those wonderful superhero movies are undoubtedly the best material. What? The association asks to tell his own heroic deeds. King. Is there a heroic deed? He carefully recalled the plots of major super movies, such as Superman, Hulk, and other power superhero deeds. My name is Wang Feng and I come from Krypton in outer space. My parents died when I was a child, and I was taken to the supercontinent, the name of the world of One Punch, by a spacecraft. When I was at home, I was already at the player's house, raising the house and waving. Ha, it feels pretty good. Boom. Just as Wang Feng organized his language secretly and conceived his speech, there was a sudden explosion outside. He frowned. What's the situation? Quang Dang. As soon as his words fell, the front door of the Great Hall was knocked open suddenly, and a group of masked bandits with submachine guns swarmed in. Don't move everyone, we just ask for money and don't kill people, but if you dare to mess around, we kill and don't bury it. Followed by a loud shout. What? Woo, Mom. Dad, come and save me. After a while, the teachers and children in the Great Hall of UU reading www.uakanshu.com panicked immediately and were rushed to the corner by the mob. Are you a few teachers? Kuwait will comfort me, the offspring of these rubbish, otherwise, don't blame me for killing you all. Okay, Okay, kids, don't cry, it will be fine in a while. And it will be fine in a while, ooh. The teacher comforted the child and cried as he spoke. Hero, hero, come and save us. The children shouted the most innocent words. Hero, hey, are you talking about the asterisk 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 in the Heroes Association? Haha, they dare to come, I shot them one by one, and shot them all. It was obviously the leading mushroom-masked thug who laughed. Tutu, 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 tutu. A strange sound inexplicably resounded in the great hall, reverberating continuously in the narrow space, and gradually became one piece, as if someone had exhausted the energy of the whole body to beat the drum. The sound was strong and powerful, and extremely penetrating. What sound? More than a dozen thugs glanced around looking for the source of the sound in confusion. Well, the combination of fear and anger caused the heart to beat faster, which triggered the Emperor engine again. Oops, I'm going to be discovered, I'm going to die. To die. To die. Wang Feng has entered a peculiar realm, this realm inherited from King, that is, when he is in front of people, even if he is afraid of death, his face can be as expressionless as before. This kind of realm is also called Tai Shan collapse before the color is unchanged. Oh, it may also be scared silly. I wiped it, whether King is full of lucky points, or full of bad luck points. When going out, I either meet weird people or gangsters. Play with me. Wang Feng looked at the gangsters who were gradually focusing on his eyes, his heartbeat accelerated a few more times. Chapter 20. Believe it or not, I spit on you. Not right. I obviously have 4 weird cards, what am I afraid of? Wang Feng kept telling himself to calm down and appease his fears. However, as a modern man, the fear of guns could not be eliminated. A few days ago, when he faced the wolf-level weird underpants weird, he still had the urge to fight with blood. But when faced with the submachine gun called Reaper, in modern times, his fear could not be suppressed. 2-2. His heartbeat echoed continuously in the great hall. The children stopped crying, the teachers stopped screaming, the thugs stopped screaming, and their eyes gathered on him. The scene was once very embarrassing. The kid, what about you? What is hidden in your body? What strange noise is making? The mob leader with a mushroom headgear walked towards Wang Feng. Mr. King, what should I do? Mike asked in a low voice, would you like to kill them now? Wang Feng subconsciously said what he was shouting, calm down. Huh. Mike was taken aback, tasted for a while, and then realized, Mr. King, are you scrupulous about the children? Yes, if you fight, even if Mr. King can quickly eliminate the mob, there is always the possibility of injury in the chaos. And the lives of the children, hey, Mr. King, you are still considerate. Quote. Brother, can you stop talking nonsense, and quickly find a way to notify the association to send people for reinforcements. Also, you just said that there are more than a dozen fully armed guards outside, how about people? Got a collective diarrhea. Ouch, my legs are a bit soft, give me a hand. Phone ringtone. Wang Feng took out his phone and pressed it on, shaking it. If I said my mom told me to go home for dinner, would you believe it? What did you say? The thug leader gave Wang Feng a vicious look, and the submachine gun in his hand was loaded, and it seemed that he was about to kill Wang Fengliwei without saying a word. Wang Feng looked at the actions of the thug leader. His heart was very anxious, but his face remained indifferent, and said calmly, this brother, do you believe me or not I spit on you? The mob leader was stunned when he heard the words, then raised his head, a thick saliva flew in his sight, and his pupils dilated instantly. Boom. The harsh explosion sounded suddenly under the feet of the mob leader, leaving a trace of the explosion where the mob leader was standing. Ah! In the dust, the voice of the mob leader screamed. Quote. The thugs were stunned, and looked at their screaming boss without responding. Does he have a grenade in his hand? Damn, kid, you're looking for death. The submachine guns of the thugs were all aimed at Wang Feng, preparing to shoot Wang Feng into a hornet's nest. Being aimed at by so many submachine guns, the association Mike standing behind King dripped in cold sweat. What? You guys, want to shoot me? Wang Feng's indifferent voice echoed in the great hall. He gently took off his hat, revealing the 3 scars on his left face that dominated the world. Have you heard a word? Everyone has to pay for his choice. Either death, or life is better than death. You, really want to take action against me? He is tall and straight, staring at all the thugs coldly, roaring in his heart, "Don't be impulsive, impulsive is the devil, if you have something to say, please speak well. Ah, you king." The thugs stared, and instantly recognized Wang Feng's identity, and was hailed as the S-rank hero of the strongest man on the surface, King Guru. They swallowed their saliva, their arms trembled slightly, and the muzzle of Wang Feng's muzzle shifted instinctively. King. The teacher and the children stared at Wang Feng blankly. After a while, they exclaimed in excitement. "Uncle King, I admire you the most. Can you teach me how to fight weird people? Master King, I am your fan, and I have been your fan for life and life." The above said that mysterious guests will come to the school to give lectures to the children. I thought it was the father or grandfather of which child, but I did not expect it to be King. "Ah, Uncle King, can you take a picture with me?" Quote. The corners of Wang Feng's mouth twitched slightly. "In such a tense atmosphere, can you stop chasing stars? How much to give others a little bit of face to thugs, you don't put others in your eyes so much, what if they are so embarrassed that they will get rid of the net? Alas, I'm so sad. Da. The thugs were really angry, and shot a few shots of the submachine gun to the ceiling, shouting, "Whoever dares to move, I will kill him." Woohoo! The children were scared to cry, and kept crying. The teachers were silent, quietly calming the children. Kill him, kill him. The scarred thug leader suddenly yelled, "He is just a man, not a god, what are you afraid of? Kill him quickly." Wang Feng saw that the eyes of the thugs were a bit wrong, and he seemed to be agitated by the attitude of the teacher and the children. Coupled with the instigation of the thug leader, the submachine guns in their hands could not be lifted again. He immediately spit on the mob leader. "Bah, scum." Boom. Another explosion sounded. The thugs were completely stunned. Damn, it turned out that it was not the grenade that caused the explosion, but the drool of God King. The teacher and the children were equally stunned. Is this the power that humans should have? It was shocking. Guru. The thugs swallowed again, trembling slightly. "Nima, is this the strength of the strongest man on the surface? A mouthful of saliva is equivalent to a grenade. It's too powerful and terrifying. No wonder the weird guys who can destroy the town were blown out with just one punch when they met him. They thought it was nonsense before, but now they believe it. It is said that according to this kind of power guessing, will King Fart collapse his home? Will P shoot through the toilet? Spits and blows up the trash can directly. Thinking about it this way, it's not a good thing to seem to be strong. Life is too inconvenient. Oh, by the way, isn't it a depth bomb? Or mud firecrackers? The thoughts of the thugs floated to the sky, their brains widened. Wang Feng watched the thug leader silence. He was relieved, his eyelids lifted, and he said faintly, "Are you going?" "What?" The thugs looked at Wang Feng blankly, but did not respond. Man's life will make countless choices, and every choice is forced by life. I don't know why you would act on innocent children, but I know that I can force you to this point. It must be unspeakable. Difficult, otherwise, you reading www.uakanshu.com is short of money, you should rob the bank instead of coming to the kindergarten to hijack your children. Sunflower Kindergarten has a much stronger security force than the bank. Even so, the mobs still target the kindergarten. It is conceivable that there must be some hidden information in it. Of course, the most important thing is that he is afraid of death. Just now when the thug leader was about to shoot, he used the 2-star card sprite monster, and a spit made the power of a grenade. Well, it can be said that the thug leader is now covered in his saliva. But, although the sprite weird is a tiger-level weird, he can attack and defend weakly. Don't you see that fellow was killed by a billboard? It is conceivable that this level of defense was shot through by a submachine gun every minute. Therefore, he didn't fight the thugs for a life and death idea. He simply let the people go and asked the government and the association to track down after the fact. Hello, everyone, Hayoti is so good. But, his voice suddenly changed, and his tone was cold. No matter what difficulties you encounter, the children are innocent. They should not be your pawns for making money or planning other things. Remember, play is not an example, this word is not only to you, it is even more important to me to say to myself, if there is a next time, let you die without life. At the end, his words were cold, as if it could freeze people's body and mind. All the thugs shuddered all over. This is the coercive effect of the king's name. Withdraw. The Rabbit Hood mob, who looked like the second master, gave the order to retreat. The mob raised their heads and left. The rabbit mob gave Wang Feng a deep look. Master King, we will meet again. After speaking, he turned and left. Now it's Wang Feng's turn to shudder. Damn, you just leave. You have to leave a thought about what you want to do. Don't you think I don't have enough nightmares to sleep at night? Thank you for watching. Continue exploring the fascinating world of Chinese novels with us. Hit that subscribe button on Chinese Novel Audiobook to stay updated with our latest stories, and never miss out on a great listen.